Hey, you ever wonder how magic mushrooms, avoiding embarrassing Kisscam disasters, and brutally honest marketing truths from a guy named Andrew Barber could possibly have anything in common? Well, truthfully, neither did we. Until about 5 minutes ago when I put this script together. Yeah, we're going to get started right now. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and all our friends is starting right mother now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up,
building muscle improves blood flow
from squirting to squirrely.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
regret doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Good morning. What's going on, nation? What's going on, Mornings in the Lab nation? You guys feeling kind today? Well, if you're not feeling kind, you should have hung out with Matt Roof this morning. Yeah, 7:30, kindness rising. What's shaking, everybody? I see Andrew Barber sitting there in the green room, sitting on his hands going, what the hell did I get myself into? I think he's standing. He's like, what is this? Oh yeah, how about that opener, guys? Oh, the bagpipes, the strings, the trap. Uncle Keith jumping around in the back room there. Marty's sitting back there ready to go. Guys, we're going to pack it up. We've got a big morning routine live stream here this morning. Motivating content, hilarious real talk, and engaging information conversation. You need to start today right here, man. Oh, true story. Hey, we dropped a funny trailer this morning over on The Vertical. I hope you guys check it out this morning. On today's show, we're serving up some mind-blowing insights from Mind Fuel. Yeah, we're going to talk magic mushrooms today. I used to fucking just crunch them as a young kid, just mushroom me right out. Yeah, we're going to talk about that coming up today. Also going to talk about the unexpected secret to boosting human longevity. Spoiler alert, your next salad could get a lot more interesting. Then we're going to talk about the big question. How do I avoid the Coldplay Kisscam situation? Listen, I know that it's kind of old news, but it's also not. Because we're all still going to head out to arenas and stadiums and have good times. And, you know, if we're going to do some crazy shit, we might wonder how we can avoid the camera. So I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, hey, how can we avoid the camera? Yeah, true story. Because, you know, you might be doing something you don't want people to see. So we're going to talk about that, have some fun conversation. Coming up on center stage, Andrew Barber's joining us here today. He drops in with a ruthless yet refreshingly honest truth bomb about why your marketing sucks. Oh, I know why a lot of your guys' marketing sucks. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, yeah, this is an R-rated show. So you might want to put the headphones into the kids' ears because I might offend them. Yeah, I just might offend them. I might. Johnny won't. Marty won't. I know Andrew won't because he's just going to be kind because he's the first time into our house. You know, the first time you go to somebody's house, you're polite and you're kind. You just say all the nice things. Well, and spoiler alert. Hey, feelings won't be hurt today. So ego's bruised, but your business will thank you. And hey, man, over 50, buckle up. We're going to get into some conversation about exercises you might not want to do as you get over 40. Yes. And finally, on the community corner, we're going to dish into some magic tricks, life-changing gambles, and wake-up calls. And listen, remember, guys, I invite you to subscribe, comments, and brace yourself for the R-rated experience that this show absolutely is. Producer Jimmy's on the buttons. Let's grab the coffee, shake out the cobwebs, get the words out of the mouth, because it's time for everybody's favorite daily dose of irrelevance and irreverence and insight. It's time to get into the Morning Loop. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Marty. What's shaking, boys?
What's happening?
What's up, man? We on the screen?
Well, you guys are on the screen looking handsome and pretty up there, looking kindly. What's shaking? How's the Friday for you guys today?
Dude, it's so fucking crazy that these names of days are kind of screwy to me.
You know what's funny, Johnny? I was thinking the same thing this morning. Apparently, I think it might be a long weekend this weekend. I don't know. Somebody said that to me. I was like, long weekend? What the hell does that mean? Marty, is it a long weekend this weekend?
No, it's a regular weekend. It's another loop. It's another loop end. It's a loop end.
Just
So
another.
you know what today is? Today is another day that I smoke a cigar at 5 a.m. There are some days where I smoke a cigar at 5 a.m. Some days I'll smoke it later in the afternoon.
Hey,
So that's the kind of day it is. It's when does my cigar get smoked?
so when we're not hanging out in 24 hours from now, are you still crushing a cigar? Do you roll over to crush that cigar?
Do I roll over?
Yeah, to get up out of bed. Because I know you're up early. I know,
Yeah, no, because when we're not doing this, I'm not sitting in one. I mean, I would be at my desk or I'll be doing something, but I'm not in a place where I'll be smoking a cigar, being productive. So usually it'll be sometime I'll do it outside. You know, go out to the lake.
Yes,
enjoy some sun.
Beautiful, beautiful. I see you guys all there in the community. Good morning, Lady Drew. Good morning, Mike Sullivan. Good morning, B Drive. Good morning, Kindness Rising. What's going on, everybody? Good to have you guys here today. Hey, you guys can join the live conversation, 431-300-3005, 431-300-3005. Plus, I invite you guys to join the Mornings in the Live community over on YouTube. Guys, I dropped a video there yesterday. It was for members only. Yeah, members only can see it until it went live today. And I dropped some prompts. Guys, if you want to make your own cool looking logos, I'm making some, I'm making a response video to the ridiculous Sydney Sweeney. We got a marketing guy on the show. So everybody getting their knickers in a knot over the Sydney Sweeney fucking campaign.
Knickers. I love that word, dude. Love it.
Just come on.
Mars, do you know what knickers are?
Nah, I know what it sounds like though. No, I'm playing.
The only reason I know knickers is because that word was used when I was a kid, and I had to ask what they were when I was a kid.
Johnny, Martin knows what knickers are when they're dropping to the side of the bed. He's like, that's her knickers dropping to the side of the bed. I see that. Oh, she looks pretty hot.
What's a knickers dropping to the side of the bed?
Yo, I don't know what he's talking about. What?
Because it's basic. Okay, I'll go one generation closer.
Thanks, Johnny.
Your drawers. You know what? Let me look.
I know what drawers are.
Okay, there we go.
I know the New York Knicks were the Knickerbockers.
Keep going
right?
back in time. Knickers was before drawers.
Yes, exactly. But there's a lot of people got their knickers in a knot because of the Sydney Sweeney jeans campaign. Well, you know what? Good. Because I'm going to take a page from Johnny, actually. And if you're
America's soft.
I agree with you, Marty. I fucking agree with you, brother, so much, man. In the Joey Swole thing, come on, America. Come on, North Americans.
America's soft.
What happened with that?
Well, hold on. We're going to get to the Joey Swole thing in a quick second. But the Sydney Sweeney thing, Johnny, you've always said it and you've said it best. You don't want to be right or wrong. You just want the results. And you know what? Fuck the marketing team that did the Sydney Sweeney's campaign. You guys got results because, whether you loved it or hated it, everybody's fucking talking about it. And I love it. And that is a good marketing campaign right there. And I think Andrew Barber would agree. So as John said, John's like, I don't want to be right. I just got an idea. I might piss off 50% of the people over there. I might piss off 50% over there. But hey, guess what? The stock price popped. We all made some money. America's back. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, baby. And then the Joey Swole thing. So Johnny, go over to you, pal. So, you and I grew up with Hogan. Marty grew up with Hogan as well.
I grew up with Hogan. I love Hogan.
And here's the thing, man. Yeah, Hogan was – so Terry Gene Bollea might have been a dick. Maybe he was the unkindest fucking human in the world.
We're all dicks at different
Exactly,
points.
Johnny. Exactly.
We're human.
So we're human too. And you know what? Some humans – Marty, Marty, dude, you're a man of faith. Isn't there somewhere in the Bible that we talk about – retribution and kindness and people who've come back and who've made mistakes, but what do we call that in the Bible?
I don't know the exact name right now, but I know. Well, I don't know what name you're looking for.
But I know
forgiveness. Forgiveness. Oh yeah. Forgiveness.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Jesus. Marty, tell Johnny about the Joey Swole thing.
All right, I'll try to be as quickly as possible. All right. Hulk Hogan passes. So, of course, people go in his past and found a recording where he said the N-word. And he said apparently he doesn't want his daughter to marry a black guy. Well, that's a whole nother story. But so Joey Swole does a tribute to Hulk Hogan. People get mad, like, why are you supporting a racist? So Joey Swole gets online and says, hey, why are you mad at me? There are colored people who support Hulk Hogan. And people are like, you said colored? Like it's the 60s? Oh, yeah. We hate you. So now Joey Swole says he's not doing any more content. So that's pretty much this.
And Marty and I were talking about it yesterday. The guy can't win. Honest to God, right? But anyway.
But brother, you listen. It doesn't fucking matter. You're not going to win. Period.
Exactly.
The difference is he's got a big enough fucking audience that every time he fucking, he cuts a fart, some people says it smells good, some people says it smells bad. There's there's no winner, there's no loser. It's just it's a zero-sum game. And I would almost guarantee this is just a stunt. He won't quit.
But brother,
he's not quitting.
But Johnny, that's why I'm a fan of, and I'm leaning into something you've taught me. Honest to God, man. And Swole, same thing with Swole. It's not a right or wrong. It's got the results. There's people talking about the guy. Right, so it's not about wrong, not about right or wrong. Back to the Sydney Sweeney marketing campaign. It's not about whether it was a right campaign or a wrong campaign. The world is talking about it. And Johnny, it goes back to what you've always said, man. We want results, and what we've talked about in the show before. Would you rather have John making a decision or just sitting on his hands and not making a decision? I'd rather Swole say something, Anderson say something, fucking a leader make a decision and piss some people off instead of a fucking leader sitting on his ass and doing nothing, like a bunch of fucking leaders have sat around this world for 4 fucking years and 6 years and shit, and all that shit. Anyways.
But here's the thing. I will say this, though, and I know some of these people firsthand when I say this. I'm not mentioning names.
Yes.
There's some people that truly get fucking wound up in this shit. Like they really don't understand that, them, I guess to a certain extent, they don't understand that them getting fucking whipped up and emotional and blah, 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 is actually helping them.
Yes.
They are truly, truly upset and fucking mad. They just totally misunderstand. I mean, they really think that social media is still some sort of a social I love you platform.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny, don't
this is not fucking this is not what was it called? MySpace.
Johnny, you're breaking the secrets, man. We got a marketing expert coming on. Let people believe what they want to believe, brother.
Dude, again, I'm not going to mention any names here. There's a new pro that came on in circuit, like probably 2019.
Yeah.
And he hit with a fucking boom. And another guy who was coming right behind him, they were kind of like the two big guys, or, two new ones, hot and fast, started fucking picking on him social media wise.
Yeah.
The guy that had basically turned pro didn't understand, and he was fucking getting bent out of shape, and it was fucking up his prep. And then when they fucking met backstage, the guy was like, dude, are you not fucking getting this here? This is like a wrestling match. We're basically building followers. We're making money. We're selling t-shirts. Throw some shit back at me, please. And all of a sudden the curtain was fucking lifted.
Yeah. It's amazing to me, Johnny, to your point, and even Marty, how many people still think that social media it's still 2000. I had a chat with somebody over the last couple of days and I had somebody reach out to me yesterday saying, hey, I'd like to help you grow your podcast. I says, no, I'm not interested in growing 1980. I've put my beta and my VHS aside. Like to those of you that are marketing and starting podcasts today, stop. Just fucking stop. Stop wasting your time. Put your podcast away. Come join the Mornings in the Lab live network. Live conversations and community is the future. Period. Point blank. Period. 100%. Hey guys, I agree with you. But even for me, had I not been on this journey with you, you would have been speaking fucking French. Oh, I know. But hey,
it's just they're so far ahead of the fucking curve, dude. In another couple of years, this is all gonna fucking. It's like I once got a sponsorship for. It was called Grassland Beef, purely organic beef, and he was like, "Look." He goes, I got a fucking freezer full of ground beef. He goes, I will give you as much free ground beef as you want. Just help me get the message out about this, right?
Yes.
So it was fucking beautiful. Anyway, literally now, dude, he's so fucking rich, it's unbelievable. But this was in 2001. Nobody had a fucking clue what grass-fed beef was. Nobody had a clue what all these omegas were.
He's ahead of the game.
He was ahead of the game, but the problem is if a business is too far ahead of the game, there's a lot of fucking suffering waiting for people to smarten up.
Yeah.
So in this case, there's no sufferers. We're having a fucking great time. We'll wait for everybody to fucking figure this shit out.
Hey guys, what if I told you that your marketing isn't failing because of your product or your price? It's failing because you're literally saying the wrong words. Well, our guest coming up in a couple minutes, he's been sitting patiently waiting for us. I think just trembling, going, oh my God, they're talking about this, but the guest helped the local business bring in 48 walk-ins in just 60 days. 50 of them walked out. No, all kidding. Just kidding, Barber. And he says most businesses are just one clear message away from breaking through. Yes, it's called Genes. Jeans or Genes. Yeah, that's the one word. True story. Plus, he believes you can say anything to anyone, if you know the secret formula. Jimmy, I've just messed up the entire loop this morning with all of our teasers, so let's just fucking get after it. Let's bring out and find out what's coming on with Andrew Barber going on right now. Jimmy, let's run it, brother.
What if the difference between business success and failure isn't your product, your price, or even your strategy? Every day, capable business owners watch potential customers walk away, not because they lack value to offer, but because there's a fundamental disconnect in how they present that value. Meet Andrew Barber, the founder and CEO of Create Positively. He built a business around helping people say hard things with confidence and heart. The most successful entrepreneurs understand that small adjustments in approach can create exponential changes in outcomes. The key lies in recognizing that every interaction is an opportunity to build bridges rather than barriers, turning everyday conversations into pathways for mutual success. Start today by examining not what you're selling, but how you're connecting. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.
Guys, meet Andrew Barber, a guy who went from selling radio ads during Kansas City Royals games to teaching business owners how to say the hard things that actually make money. Yeah, he used to work at 610 Radio Sports selling ads, posting on LinkedIn about trust and relationships, and he's here today to hang out with us on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends. And Jimmy, let's bring him up. Andrew Barber into the lab. What's going on, Mr. Barber?
Howdy. Thank you for having me.
What's up, brother?
I appreciate you introducing me so kindly, and John for, setting the stage.
So were we dropping any bombs there in the room before the show there, Barber, or were you? And hey, we are a show about conversation. So were you agreeing with some of the things we were saying? Were you disagreeing with some of the things we were saying, or are you standing in the middle and being a polite young man and just straddling both sides, Mr. Barber?
Well, it's funny. It's funny you bring up the latter. The answer to every question in life is a little bit of balance, right?
Oh.
But no, I think you guys were nailing it. There's a different place and time for every business, right? Like some people just need the attention, good, bad, or otherwise. If you ask me, it all just comes down to trust, right? I kind of think every every conversation is a sales conversation in some respect, whether it's just an idea you're trying to get across to somebody, or a product you're trying to sell. So I thought the name of the show, Changing Your Priorities, is pretty dead on. You change your mindset, you can change your life, and that doesn't stop. Personally, it goes into your business, right?
Yeah.
There's something about the way you're talking, the delivery. It's just fucking. It's. Do you feel it too, Keith? It fucking goes deep.
Yep.
I find myself agreeing as you're speaking.
I think we might have a thoughtful man with us, Johnny. Do we belong here this morning?
Sometimes you hear someone talk and you're kind of there, and other times it's like you're kind of walking with them, like yeah. I'm getting that feeling.
Hey, Andrew. So your company's called Create Positively. But let's be real. What's the most negative response you've gotten from a client when you told them that your messaging sucked? Because you're all about messaging. You're all about words. You're all about nomenclature. You're all about, putting the right words in the right space. So, let's get into the bread and butter of it all, brother. What kind of negative response do you get when you say to somebody, your messaging sucks? And in many ways, maybe leaning back into the jeans commercial, if I may get your opinion on that. You're a marketing expert.
I'm saying, people like their own ideas the most.
Yes.
So when it comes to telling somebody that something's not working for them, it's all about figuring out how to ask the questions. That's more of a sales one-on-one conversation. But how can you ask questions to make them realize that themselves, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes my business, whenever I work with my ideal prospects, a little bit easier when I'm helping them on LinkedIn. They're salespeople, so they're trying to figure out how to build a personal brand and sell their product or their service in a way that doesn't make their personal profile the company page, right?
Dude, I love that, dude. The people like their own ideas first. That's so fucking true. Yeah. You got to fucking you got at very least acknowledge it and kind of run with that a little bit to keep them with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who thinks they know more or better for their business than the owner of the business, right? And that's an easy trap to fall into.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, Andrew, I saw Jimmy had a wrong button up there. Hey, Andrew, so you went from selling radio ads to teaching communication. Was there a moment in that journey where you realized that traditional advertising was absolutely broken?
No, I think I kind of thought it worked, and you could use it elsewhere, right?
Interesting.
I come from radio advertising,
Yeah.
and morning show hosts like this who have spent decades with listeners, listening to them and feeling like they're friends and family, right? And
Yes.
that's why endorsements work. John mentioned it earlier about having a deal with grass-fed beef. Like, there's a reason they came to you to help get the word out, and it's because you built trust with your audience, and that trust is real. It might be different than it shows up online in LinkedIn or on a YouTube page or where you're building your own following, but it's all the same mechanisms. And I think the part that's broken is that people think it's different, right?
Yeah.
There's so many of the core principles that I think people just miss out on, and then they start trying to dive into how they can leverage a platform or a tactic without knowing the mindset or the behaviors that he'd done beforehand, which is kind of the sales the media salesperson coming out in me, like having to be disciplined every day and do the prospecting behaviors and et cetera, et cetera. It's the same, particularly with social media, right? If you're not consistent with what you're saying, then you're losing a lot of ears and eyes. People start to wonder where you're headed, and we've all had battles with that. Like I battle that myself, right? When you think something works and you can be applied elsewhere, sometimes you start to confuse things for people. So it's a battle everybody's fighting.
Marty, Johnny.
No, again, man, you're laying things out in a way that just makes sense, and I think that I'm all about simplifying things. For me, people get on here, they start talking, and then my brain goes, okay, we got to simplify this shit so our audience can understand, or maybe even so I can understand. Brother, you're laying it so clean. It's fucking beautiful. You seeing that too, Keith? It's easy to understand. It's the tone of the voice. It's the fucking everything. The delivery, the tone of the voice, the words. Just fuck, man.
Well, so I like Andrew's delivery. It's a nice balance.
Yeah.
To the three of us tools on the other side over here, Marty.
Yeah, fuck, man. Yeah. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to pay him to read me a fucking book when I'm going to sleep, man. You want me to fucking have me to sleep in seconds.
It's a compliment, though. It's a compliment, Barber.
Johnny's a big ass kid, man. I agree with you, though, Johnny. I agree.
That's it. Andrew, be careful. I'll start looking for a nipple.
Andrew, what got you into sales, and what did you do to improve your delivery and get it to where it is?
I appreciate all these kind words. I got into sales out of college, so I went to school to be a health professional. Really? And found out the hard way that physics is tough, right?
What kind of health professional?
Well, I wanted to do physical therapy. Found out physics was tough, and I thought, well, maybe I can sell medical devices. And so I moved to Kansas City and started finding some jobs that helped me sell and get some selling experience, because that's what folks wanted. And found my way into advertising, radio advertising, and sports specifically. And it kind of changed the way I looked at things, because it's just repetition. It's just saying the same thing over and over and over again. And that's what we're doing on social media. If you're doing it for your business, if you're heading towards something, like you're trying to get a point across in a different way, as many times as you can, because things need to be simplified for your audience, right, John? Like, you're nailing it. It's
simplicity.
It's the trust. It's the trust equation, right? You put other people's motives first, and then everything else kind of falls into place. Like, if you're focused on your product or your service as opposed to the problem that you're solving, sales, marketing, whatever you want to call it, it's going to fall on deaf ears unless it's a pretty urgent need, right? If your AC is broken, like, you're calling somebody, but you're not calling for a tune-up unless they put you first.
Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Keith, Johnny, and Marty, and our guest Andrew Barber this morning. Marty, I know you got a rock and roll, brother. You got a hard stop right now, I think, eh?
Yes, sir.
Marty,
quick one today, babe. Better quick than not at all, babe. Let's go.
That's all I'm saying, John. I learned that from you, John.
Marty, closing comments for Andrew before you got a rock and roll, brother.
No, Andrew, appreciate you joining the show, man.
For sure, baby.
Quick 10 minutes he talked. I wish I could stay longer, but keep killing it, and I'll add you on LinkedIn as well. And fellas, on Monday.
All right, Marty. Have a good one, brother.
All right.
All right.
Nice
Jimmy,
meeting
we're going to walk Marty out of here. We're going to keep the show rock and roll with our guest, Andrew Barber, this morning. Andrew, you've talked trust. I look a lot at the research I did on you. You use the word trust quite a bit, frankly. Mm-hmm. What does trust mean to you in 2025 in a world of AI-generated content, curiosity, don't know what's real and what's not real? What does trust mean to you? How can you educate our audience, educate Keith and Johnny on what you think, what market, what clients, what are humans thinking about trust today, Andrew?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think people say that we're headed to a place where nobody's going to trust anything that's online. Everybody's going to think everything's AI, and you see it in comments right now, right? Like the first couple comments are like, "Is this AI? That was AI." You mentioned one of the more negative comments or things I've heard feedback wise, and it was on a post I put out, I don't know, maybe a month ago for myself. Yeah. And a guy said this, AI wrote this. I was like, oh, AI helped write it. It was all my ideas. It was my experience. I had to put it in there and have it line it up and then tell it, no, I don't like this. And this doesn't sound like me and blah, blah, blah. So, AI helps me become the editor, but what does that mean for trust? I don't know. Like I saw a post this morning from a guy who said that ChatGPT gives like 40 to 50% accurate stats. And they heard that from ChatGPT. So I was like, okay, I'm struggling to find out if this is like,
it'll give you what you want to hear in many cases.
Yes, Johnny. So right, brother. Yes.
It's like an assistant that aims to please a little too much.
Yep. It's incredible to me how many people still use ChatGPT like it first came out yesterday. And haven't realized that it's actually growing.
Well, because it's the internet. All it does is go to the fucking internet and gather information. So it's like if you think you want to be an authority of something, then you go reading on the internet for 2 fucking days. Now you think that you got a PhD in whatever this topic was. All you did was digest a whole bunch of fucking information that probably wasn't correct. So you're a PhD in the incorrectness of whatever that topic is. That's fucking chat right there.
Blended with whatever you put in there, right? Because it's also a bit of a mirror. It's a mirror somewhat.
Totally. And that's a perfect example of how I use it. I'm, like I might say, hey, find me a video on this, but then I'm looking for who did the video. But mostly what I'm saying is, hey, these are my thoughts. I want to turn this into an easy to read post with emojis. Okay, double space it. No, I want to. So it's basically an extension of me. That way I know it's correct.
I think coming back to the question, the answer to trust to trust is have a perspective, right? Like,
oh, very well said. Yes.
If you're going in hoping that something else is going to give you your point of view, then you're missing something right away. And now that's actually something I learned a long time from a radio host who was doing royal stuff. And he said to a younger guy while I was around him, he said, hey, go on here and have an opinion, like pick a side. It doesn't matter. Like people don't want to hear you waffle. That's why First Take was so popular for so long. I mean, still is, but with Skip and Steven. But it's about putting the other person's motives first. Whoever they think, if you use AI to help you do that, you're probably not going to lose. But everything's changing so fast. I mean, you mentioned it. People think it came out yesterday. I remember thinking that like 2 years ago. I was like, oh man, I've been paying for like some generative AI tools, and people are just starting to talk about them. And I was like, I've been trying to figure them out for a year or 2 years, and I know I was later to the game than some of the folks, but they've come so far in like 18 months, just miles.
Andrew, I had
hey brother, since we didn't do a fit break, you got to give me a piss.
Johnny's going to step away for a break there, Jimmy, and we're going to keep the chat going on with Andrew Barber. Good morning, everybody. Got Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. Getting after, we're talking how changing my priorities led to a life-changing shift. We're going to get into that in a number of minutes. Right now, we're talking marketing and trust with Andrew Barber. Hey, Andrew, out of respect for your time, I know I had you booked for up until about now, but I'm enjoying it. Are you able to stick around a little longer? Or what's your hard stop like for you today?
Hard stop. Well, you're on Eastern time, so 9 would be a hard stop for sure.
You tell me, and we'll make sure you get out of here. As long as you're having fun and comfortable playing with us, and I'd like to have you hanging around with us. Is that good with you? Yeah.
Yeah. I blocked off some time just in case.
Beautiful. So I had an epiphany yesterday. Actually, as I was building a business and working on things, Johnny can hear, so he'll come back and contribute to this. But remember how Zuckerberg a couple years back was leaning into the metaverse, right? And now how we're talking AI. I would not be expecting you to be paying attention to any of the content we're creating here on the show outside of the show. But you talk about building trust, and I will invite anybody who's paying attention to what we're doing over here to see trust being built in real time in front of everybody right now. Let me explain. So I can see the metaverse coming to life right now. So I'm a marketer too. I had a little bit of success in my previous life in the social media world. Don't expect you to know that. I'm a marketer too. The metaverse is coming to life right around us right now, and I can see the future as I'm building it. So we're doing this live show Monday to Friday, and I'm talking in a way that you'll recognize because we're just going back to the past, brother. So I'm building a platform of owning the mornings. So I'm building trust in the morning to help you start your day with trust for 4 hours. Right now we're 2. The goal is for 4 hours. After that, for the rest of 20 hours of the day, I got the quote unquote the metaverse working for us. John AI's got a character. Keith AI's got a character. I got all these characters in the metaverse that are out there supporting the show. So for example, I dropped the short this morning. I'm not in it, but I'm in it. John's not in it, but John's in it. It takes place in 1995 in Venice Beach with a number of characters that don't exist, but are in this world that are talking about the show that's happening today. I'm creating some content that's dropping later this week that's commenting on the Sydney Sweeney jeans controversy from 1995, put into 2025. I'm in it, John's in it, but it's in 1995. So you see what I'm getting at from a marketing perspective. I'm blurring the lines, but every single day, Andrew, you can show up here in my community and get the trust through a live conversation. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
To me, that's the future. So I think trust is built through a live community conversation like this on a daily basis. And then when we go about our ways and you see my content in your view, you're like, oh, hey, Keith's making some innovative content in the metaverse, even though it's the real world. But I'm seeing how he's bridging it all. To me, that's really the future of marketing in many ways.
Yep. It's all working together, like
it is.
There's you can't do anything by yourself anymore. And this is
well
just
said.
Kind of helping you do that, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's helping you do it by yourself, but it's just helping you become more autonomous before you have to ask for help, I guess.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and I go back and forth on all sorts of it. Like, at what point do people think like, oh, this isn't live? At what point do people think this is a character? Like even the LM notebook stuff or notebook LM.
Yes.
That stuff's wild, and
you're right, Andrew. But I think we as marketers, can perpetuate that by giving the key word, the community, the experience of blurring the lines between the two. So come and meet me, as a human live, have a conversation, connect with me outside of the show, and then engage with my content. And part of me wonders. Go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, you have a meeting set up with me to have a conversation after this,
yes.
and it's exactly 100% an example of what I would tell a marketer or salesperson trying to build their brand or a business owner trying to help their sales team is your online interactions are only as good as what you get from them offline, right? So if you can't pull the conversation into offline, right? Like off of social media. If it's a Zoom conversation or video, whatever, okay. But live conversation. But if you can't pull it out of there and have some more real meaningful discussion, like the comments are great and it helps. It's a nurturing, mechanism like email or what have you. I see social media as a place where you can kind of bring all of those mechanisms together. You got email, you've got live conversation, you can put out a marketing message, you can blend them all together. You can do a live event, whatever it is. It's just about getting it from, hey, thanks for the connection, to, hey, how can I help you? Not you.
Well, and this is why I'm so bullish. And again, I'm talking to you as a marketer, and I think in many ways I'm serving up the same Kool-Aid to where you came from. You were selling live radio, live sports shows. Right? I was talking to somebody yesterday who was talking about his podcast. I was like, why? He's like, what do you mean? I go, why the fuck are you just making a podcast for the sake of making a podcast? I go, well, that's what we do. I'm like, dude, you're putting a bunch of time into something. Why don't you do it live? Start building a community. You get the podcast out of it. Oh, Yeah. So if you're starting a podcast, you're sitting back and you're starting 1990. Like, so many humans have forgotten that social media is not like it was. Social media is not social media anymore. It's actually not. There's nothing social about it. There's nothing social about social media. And to somebody sitting back going, I'm taking a picture of my family and putting it on Instagram. Stop. Just stop, frankly, because nobody's seeing it. The algorithm doesn't work that way. It's just, but yet, so my point is, you build trust through live conversations. You build trust through in real life events, going back to what you sold in the olden days, live sporting events, radio. And, it's just, life is cyclical, right, Andrew?
I mean, I think that's the only reason broadcast radio won't actually ever go away.
I agree with you. Yes.
Is because they need a live mechanism for
yes.
that, for sports, news, whatever. Emergencies, like that's really the reason. But I had somebody, back to your point about doing something live and getting the podcast out of it. Yeah. I had a manager way back that told me, like, if I could ever figure out how to sell airtime in the past, I'd be the richest man alive. I was like, that product is perishable, right? But now it's not, because you can record it and you can very easily simply reuse that content, repurpose it for more views.
Well, and that's why YouTube, with all of its difficulties aside. Good morning, Petrocelli. I see you in the comments there, brother. It is a fascinating conversation. Thanks for joining us today. YouTube might be the greatest platform on the planet today. Why? Because every single conversation Keith and Johnny are making are evergreen forever. And that's, again, what folks just are not thinking about, man. Oh, yeah, I'm making a podcast. How many people listen to it? I don't know. How many downloads? I don't know. So I can buy you 1,000 downloads. You don't know how many people listen to it. No. Have a live conversation, build a live community, and then keep it going, because in 5 years from now, this content is still going to be here. Like, what a wonderful way to build authority. Right. And I'll tell you something else too, Andrew. I'll tell you, I'm just thinking of leaning back into the world we're building here. You have to look, again, speaking to a marketer, you have to look no further than Netflix and Google to see the future.
Yeah.
Back to sports, Andrew. What is the holy grail in sports advertising? The Super Bowl. It's live. Who does Netflix, YouTube, and Amazon have their sights set on? The fucking NFL Super Bowl, because it's live, and the technology hasn't been there to do it up until now. But as 5G, 6G networks become ubiquitous, that is the holy grail. So Keith and Johnny are getting up after.
He'll be back.
Oh, you guys need a live show platform? Oh yeah, we've been doing it for 5 fucking years. Sure, we'll come over there. That's what it is, Andrew. People are just fucking sleeping right now. I'm telling you right now, brother.
Yep. I mean, there's a reason that they went after they endured the awful Thursday night football on Prime for however long it took to get that right, and the fight, was it the
Love is Blind
and all that?
Yes, the Love is Blind, the Tom Brady roast, dude. We're drinking the same Kool-Aid. I've been saying to people for a long time, like, why is the Tom Brady roast such a big deal? Oh, you guys don't understand. It's about the technical side of it. What do you mean? Because they're testing the infrastructure so that if it's going to work or not going to work. Same with the Love is Blind thing. You bring the barrier low while nobody's really watching, just like nobody's watching. So maybe nobody's watching Keith and Johnny right now. Well, fuck, when we're sitting in SoFi Stadium with 100,000 people watching us, oh, did you guys just show up? Oh, fuck no, we've been here doing this for 5 years already. It's the same thing.
I know. I haven't done a ton of deep dive on you guys, but I did listen to a couple episodes, and I know you guys are fitness, health advocates, period.
Yeah.
But it's, it was probably it's been 10 years at this point since I started, but I probably am a few years out. But I lost 100 pounds or so, and I did just by walking. And sorry?
Good for you.
Oh, thank you. And it's just
how long did it take you to lose that, brother? How long did it take you to lose 100 pounds?
6 years. 6 to 7, probably somewhere in there.
Hey, you real quick, just got to tell everybody, look, how did he do it? He did it by fucking walking, probably almost every day.
Yeah,
Johnny, I just got goosebumps. Andrew, I got to send some love your way, man. Johnny, I just got goosebumps. Seriously. He said 6 years. Johnny, that's 72 months. Johnny, how many guys have come to you going, I want to get a 6-pack by my wedding in 3 weeks, or I want to do this in 3 months? No, guys, listen to what Barbara just said. 100 pounds, not in 1 day, not in 3 days, in 6 fucking years. Why, Johnny? Because he got up every single day.
Fucking lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah, the the name of the show hit me. Change
Yeah,
your
so let's
priorities.
get into that. So let's just do that then. Hold on. Andrew, Johnny, let's run the clip for changing priorities and let's get into that right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. I love it. Jimmy, let's get it, brother.
What if everything you've been told about achieving your goals has been backwards? What if the secret isn't about doing more, but about fundamentally rewiring how your brain decides what matters? You know the feeling. You're crushing it at work, checking every box, staying busy from dawn to dusk, yet somehow you're still left wondering if you're actually building the life you want. Despite all your effort and achievement, something feels misaligned, like you're running full speed in the wrong direction. Breakthrough research in neuroscience reveals that our brains operate on two distinct systems for making choices, starting with one fundamental question. Today, we're diving deep into the science of transformation. Get ready to discover what changes when you finally align your actions with what truly matters.
Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and our buddy Andrew Barber this morning. The guy lost 100 pounds over 6 years. We're talking about how to change my priorities, making some life-changing decisions. So, Andrew, let's just get into it, brother. What was it? Was it a bad night, a bad morning? Somebody saying it's time to change? Did you look in your own mirror? You hated your fat self? Like, what happened, brother?
Probably a combination of all those things, right? I know there is one moment that sticks out in my mind, and it was after I had actually already, made the first decision, right?
Yeah.
A buddy of mine who's a school teacher got a Fitbit for Christmas from another school teacher, and he told me at the end of January he'd lost 10 pounds, and I was like, oh, okay, what did you change? He's like, nothing. I literally walk. He said I started at 10,000 steps, but I realized like by the time I'm done with school, I can usually do that, so I upped it to 15. He's like, so I did 15,000 steps every day, and I lost 10 pounds. I was like, and you didn't change your drinking or this is like relatively recent out of college. So I know how he was living life and how I was living life.
Yes.
The Royals had just been to the World Series 2 years in a row, and I was indulging, it was easy to go buy ballpark food and beers and celebrate. And it
was a lifestyle. It was bottom line, it was a lifestyle.
And I was comfortable with it.
Yes.
Right. I was okay with who I was at the time. But when he told me, hey, I lost 10 pounds and I didn't change anything, but I just went walking, and I was like, okay, well, I could probably get on board with that. Like, I haven't been to the gym since like high school, early college, probably. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to make that a habit. And I knew in order for it to stick, it was going to have to be something I did every day. So I bought a Fitbit. I went to him. I was like, all right, we'll start competing. I realized like in my sales job, I was spending a lot of time sitting at desks or in meetings or what have you. And he's pacing around the classroom, and in between classes, he's doing laps around the school. So he's like just kicking my ass every day. And eventually I realized like, all right, well, I'm going to have to wake up and do a mile or two before I go to work if I want to have a chance at like feeling like I can even compete with him by the end of the day. And so that steamrolled, like 1 mile was like, oh, nice. I got, 3,000 steps out before I get to work. Like, that's a pretty good, like, place to be whenever you were starting at zero or a couple hundred. So it snowballed, and I was like, all right, I could do a couple more. And, the last several years, this past year, I've been reigniting the passion a little bit, but the last several years I've made it a goal to walk 1,000 miles a year. Like, I wanted to be the type of person that walked 5 miles a day, and that was just a big mentality shift. Like, I had to change my priorities, and I think the moment I was talking to a colleague in the parking lot after work one day, and some high school kids, when you're working at a radio station, people come pick up gifts and prizes and whatever, and these kids got into the car and left, and they hollered something at me about being fat or not good enough for her or whatever it was. And I was like, this is just, it's a colleague. It wasn't, no skin off my back, but for whatever reason, it kind of stuck with me. And I was like, man, that sucked. And I had already made the decision to start, making that shift downward. So that's really probably the only like, hey, somebody yelled at you or, made a comment that stuck with me. And it was nobody that ever, it wasn't like out of argument, it wasn't
it was
like
a gift, dude. It was a fucking gift.
Yeah.
What it was, the universe gave you a gift right there.
100%. It just kind of made me think a little bit more about it. double down that much more, make the commitment to wake up a half an hour earlier or whatever it was.
Just think if that not happened, you might still be walking around 100 pounds heavier.
Well, and I'll tell you the trick. Like when I started, he said, you don't have to change anything. My first step was, all right, well, let's think about what you do and what you need to do differently. It's like you come home from work, you open a beer, you turn on music, you start thinking about what you want to make for dinner and, and go down that routine. I was like, all right, well, could I put my headphones on, pour my beer in a souvenir MLB cup and walk to the lake down here, and as soon as my beer's gone, turn around and walk back? And that's how it started. I was like, at least I'm canceling the calories I'm drinking. And eventually I was like, all right, well, probably about the time those
But
kids
really,
yelled
what you
at me.
did, you created a low barrier of entry to get started.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's perfect. That's I preach all the time. Listen, you need a very simple non-negotiable. Go for a 1 minute walk.
Yeah.
Odds are by 58 seconds, you'll think, fuck, maybe I'll go for 2 minutes.
Well,
And
you know what,
pretty
like
soon, maybe 3. Man, you're out there for 30 minutes, but you only have to do 1 minute. It's a very easy way to take the first step.
And John, you know what I like about what he said too is that he didn't try to do 4 things at once. Consider seriously. It wasn't take the headphones off, not drink the beer, not change the whole process. He didn't try to change the entire process. He's like, no, I'm still going to have my beer, but instead of standing here and thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner, I'm going to have my beer, go for a walk back. And I love that, Barber, because what you're sharing with our audience right now is that it's make 1 change instead of 4. Right. And then you made the second change, the third change, the fourth change. Next thing you know, you're losing 100 pounds in 6 years. Young Conqueror's got a question for you there, Andrew. We got our community engaged in the conversation right now. If you change your priorities, you still struggle with, I'm just saying rhetorically, if you change your priorities, you still struggle with laziness and burnout. How do you deal with that, Andrew Barber?
I think you answered it right before the question. It's you just pick one thing, man. Laziness and burnout are, motivation's like an interesting topic, but the idea is to eliminate the negative thoughts, right? Because laziness and burnout is often not just like, maybe you are spent, and that's okay. Then you got to figure out like, okay, well, how can I find more vitality? The time's got to come from somewhere. Like, I read Atomic Habits like well into already having built the habit, but it's eliminating the negative thoughts. Like I preach positivity a lot, but the key to positivity is getting the head trash out, because nobody's gonna do it for you, right? Like you said, do 1 minute and then you do 2. Like my rule is just do 1 mile. Like you don't have to do it all. You just have to do 1 mile because it'll make you feel better. But yeah, man, laziness, like that's kind of a loaded word. Like it means a lot to a lot of different people. So if I don't know where you are in the journey, it's
fucking laziness is like fucking, it rots my soul if I feel lazy.
Yes. Andrew Barber joining us this morning. He's the founder of Create Positivity, marketing manager, marketing owner, helping folks build their businesses. Used to work at 610 Sports Radio selling ads alongside Royals games. Andrew, I know we're wrapping up our conversation with you here today. How can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you, and learn more about Andrew Barber?
I'm on LinkedIn. I believe it's / Andrew Lake Barber. You can find my company page or createpositively.com. That's where I am. But I had a wrap up thought here as you were talking about that, and the laziness comment just a second ago, or question. Action.
Yes.
You just have to take the smallest action, right? It doesn't have to be every action. It just has to be one action. And that's true for marketing, right? If you don't put the post out, if you don't schedule the live show, full disclosure, 2 weeks ago, whenever you asked me to be on here, I said, yeah, I want to do this. And then I waited another like 4 or 5 days to answer the questions for you. And I thought, no, just answer the questions so that it's on the books and you can't turn around. This is it. Like put something in play that makes it non-negotiable. Like John said earlier, like that's the rule.
Andrew, I like to do fast hitters, quick hitters, brother. I'm going to get some quick hitters at you. All right. These ones are fast. Worst business jargon that needs to die.
Ooh. I don't think this is business jargon. I think it's becoming like just a colloquialism, but they're using it a lot more in my field in marketing is cringe. And cringe makes me cringe. I don't know, like that. I get that it's an apropos, but I just hate the word. So,
dude, thank you so much. I'm fucking tired of the word. Like, what the hell? Like, everyone says cringe. Like, really? Come on. It's back to all the other crap that people bitch about. LinkedIn or X for business? Which one's the more powerful one today in 2025?
For me, LinkedIn. I'm not saying Twitter doesn't have or X doesn't have its place, but LinkedIn is just so easy to bring in every aspect that you need from a business perspective into one place, and other people are there for the same reasons.
Yeah.
One word to describe most companies' marketing. Andrew Barber.
Non-existent.
Cool.
Okay, then here's my follow-up. Sales or marketing, who's really to blame?
Ooh, to blame?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone. What do you mean? Like, if you're blaming somebody, you should be blaming yourself.
Well, marketing's blaming sales all the time, and sales is blaming marketing all the time. At least that's my experience in business. Biggest communication pet peeve.
Ooh. Negativity. Just come on, help us move forward. What are we doing? Like, I'm okay with examining the past, but only if it helps us get to the future, right?
Well, I like
you know, there's nothing. It can be a marketing conversation, any conversation where you deem something's not going to fucking help us. Let's not talk about that anymore. Fuck. Every word is wasted. Okay, no good. Let's go back this way. Sometimes people they get drawn into wanting to talk about stuff that's not working or negative, and it gripes me. So I'm with you there, brother.
I do like, John, how we set that up, though. Andrew, how you set that up, which is you don't mind referring back. I'm misusing your words, but in other words, I don't mind referring back to what's happened. Let's look at it,
learn from it, move on,
and then maybe talk about it, move on. But keep beating it and beating it and beating it.
Yeah, let's not have a pity party over what didn't work.
Yes.
Grab the silver lining and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Andrew Barber dropping nuggets this morning. Andrew, dream client you'd fix for free.
Ooh, dream client I'd fix for free. Ooh, there's a pizza place near me that I don't know is really in need of fixing, but they did lose 2 locations in last year, so maybe there's an opportunity. I love pizza.
Oh yeah, baby.
I just love pizza. That's the only reason.
Andrew Barber, the founder of Create Positively, this morning with us. Keith and John, Mornings in Live with Keith and John, getting after every single day. Andrew, thanks for hanging out with us today. I wanted to make sure I got your time on time here today. Any closing comments or words from you, brother?
I heard Bill Walton say in an interview once, I only vent once. And I thought that was a pretty great way of summing it up, right? Like, it's okay to vent, get it out, move forward.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Andrew, Jimmy, let's walk Andrew out the door. And Andrew, I look forward to grabbing coffee with you later today. I've certainly enjoyed your time with us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John.
Yeah, good shit, brother. Really good shit. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Andrew. Jimmy, let's walk him out, brother. Let's walk him out of here, and we'll keep going, and we're going to reset.
Dude, we got it. We got some tidbits beyond the marketing there, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Dude, 100 pounds. I love when I hear that from humans.
What I love about that is it was like he wasn't talking about what he was eating. He just was like, he took one simple concept and put it into play. For him, that was the lowest barrier of entry. He had a buddy that did it, so he felt, okay, I can see how this might work.
Yes.
And he followed that path, his own variation. Good for him, man.
I like that you said that, though, because too often, and I know especially many clients in your world, get caught up in too many of the details. You talk about it all the time. And Andrew wasn't worried about his macros, wasn't worried about his protein, wasn't worried about not drinking the beer, wasn't worried about the cold fucking plunge. He's like,
it just shows what not being sedentary can do.
Boom, I'm going to get it. But what I also love about it, brother, is that he wasn't in a rush. He's like, okay, I got the rest of my life, right? And I'm not rushing towards a wedding. I got to fit into a suit.
He didn't take the lottery ticket fucking approach to getting rich.
He's like, no, this is a long journey. I'm going to go walk. And well, I just, that I got goosebumps when he shared that with us because, 100 pounds is one thing. That's a fucking lot of weight, man. 100 pounds is a lot of weight. And then to do it over a 6-year period, just by getting up and getting going, just like you said, Johnny, in the past, put your head down, go to work, get up. Oh, any results? Nope. Okay, go back, go to work. And so 6 years later, it's like, holy smokes, I'm down 100 pounds. Love that.
Dude, and fucking that's that little joke right there.
Yeah.
Is like, that is it's so, how would you say?
It's so apropos.
I would love to see where, if there was some way we could figure out, I don't know if it's even quantifiable, but that whole idea of working in the dark, coming up, how many times will people come up and see no results and continue? I'm betting that the first fucking time they come up and there's nothing there, the majority of people are gone.
Well, so I'm glad you said that because I'll lean into my little bit of my positive rant again because we got a business we're building here. Johnny, it's the same reason so many people are like, yeah, I'm starting a podcast. And then they do 3 of them and then they stop.
Yeah, what's the stat? Is it like they never make it to number 4, some crazy shit?
So what I'm throwing out there is if anybody out there wants to build a business for the next 3 to 5 to 10 or 15 or 20 years, well, Keith and Johnny are here. So you can join the Mornings in the Lab live network and hang out, build the show, be on our platform, grow with us. Don't start a podcast that's going to fail. Start a live show with us on our platform. And you know that we're here every single day. So you're probably going to feel like you're going to want to be here every single day as well. Think about Matty Roof. Matt's been here for 4 weeks straight. Why? Because if these guys are showing up, I'm going to show up too. Right. So, and we will help you prevent the start podcast, end podcast syndrome. That's what we're going to do.
Well, and the thing about it, brother, is that a lot of times people we've got this showing up thing down. Oh, it's just who we are.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And excuse me. A lot of people see that and they think, man, I want to do this.
Yes.
But they don't really understand the showing up part. We should have fun quantifying this too. Showing up for X amount of time is, call it fun. Then it turns into a little bit of a strain, and then it turns into, oh my God, what did I commit myself to?
Yeah,
and so it's just the way that human beings are. It's fucking crazy because it's such a predictable pattern.
Dude, he's so predictable. Speaking of predictable, Jimmy, we got Roofy in the green room. I told him we'd bring him up here for a few minutes here in the second half of the show. I wanted to have a chat with Roofy and Johnny about his journey and just about getting after it daily. Because Johnny, I wanted to get you guys in front of me here because Johnny, we've been seeing Matt. So Matt's been doing this now for 4 weeks straight. He's on his 4th week, and just like you said here a few moments ago, and Matt, I heard your show today. Those times when it's like, oh, fuck, I got to do this. So you went from fun to, okay, now it's kind of a job. And you went to, okay, it's kind of like a grind, right? But yet you still do it, Matty. Lean into it, brother.
Yeah, I do it every day. And yeah.
Well,
even
has it turned into a grind yet, brother? That's the question. Is it still fun or are you grinding yet?
Oh, no, I'm still having fun because I'm learning every day. Keith is keeping me on point, trying new things every day. And that's what I'm doing. I'm showing up every day to learn, to grow. I'm still having fun. I had a blast today because Keith encouraged me in a way yesterday that I can't express enough gratitude, which was, dude, you're getting a little heavy on your show, right? It was becoming a little bit of a grind because I was like, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again and all this other stuff. But guess what? Today I brought it in a little different way, and I'm feeling an energy. I'm building off the energy I had last night. An awesome show, I love it, and I'm going to continue to grow into it. That's what matters. Is I'm persisting in growth.
And John, I want to call you into this too, brother, because I want to call you and applaud you, Anderson, and just bring you into this. So a couple of days ago, Matt and I had a chat, and I'm going to say it publicly. I called him on stage. And I'm like, Maddie, you did something 2 weeks ago that not a lot of fucking guys would do. Right, John? And he had a tough Tuesday night a couple weeks back, and it had a tough night that, involved bad choices. And Johnny, as well as I do, a lot of guys that next day don't go to the gym. They sleep in, they roll over, they don't show up. You know what Roof did? He fucking showed up. And I said, Roofy, there's a lot of guys that are rolling over, hitting the snooze button, that are wallowing in their own sorrows, that are sucking, going, I can't get results in my life. But Johnny, the guy fucking still showed up. That to me is what life is about. And that's how you show others. And I wanted to, on a personal level, I wanted you to know that, Anderson, because, you've been a positive inspiration in my life, especially with this community here. I know I have been in your life, and the same thing's happening with Roofy. But I just wanted to congratulate him, man, because he did something that Wednesday that I don't know a lot of guys would do. And I'm like, dude, you got to get that message out there, because you're inspiring a lot of guys that don't know how to do what you've done, Anderson.
Well, 100%, and just being real, being honest, people need that. And Roof, I just was going to say too, anytime you hear me give a little poke about just getting started and blah, 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 it's because, there's kind of two parts of getting someone to be great. You got to give them the positivity and give them the love. Then the flip side is you got to remind them, hey, we don't get fucking kudos for brushing our teeth.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Let's not ask for a fucking brownie button because we've done this for a month. Say, this is just a fucking, it's not even a down payment, but I'm working towards my down payment.
Absolutely. And that was what that was part of my message today on the show, was about tenacity, right? Because tenacity is resilience repeated over and over and over again. When it gets boring, when it gets tough, when I'm thinking, I know there's going to be times I'm going to be like, shit, what am I going to talk about on the show tomorrow? I don't have anything left to say. I'm going to find something, because that's what I committed to, showing up every day.
Yeah. Like when people commend me on, showing up, let's say, because I show up everywhere, I'm like, doesn't fucking make any sense to me. I don't need a kudo for fucking wiping my ass or brushing my teeth, or, when you make a commitment and you do it, I'm still fucking trying to figure out why our society think that needs to be fucking rewarded. It's like, Jesus Christ, you say you're going to fucking do it.
Well, and I'm going to have some fun, because Anderson and I joke with this on the side too. And I've said to him, because Matt, even I've said to you, people are like, so why do you do this thing every single morning? And I'm like, well, but I got to wake up anyways.
Yeah.
And I might as well do my business meeting first thing in the morning, so I got the rest of my day to do everything else. And it still baffles my brain that so many folks can't commit to doing something regularly every single day, because you're waking up anyways. And it's baffling to me how scared people are about making a daily commitment. I'm being really honest right now. Like, I can't get over it, actually.
It's a mental thing. It's a habit thing. It's like quitting.
Yeah.
If you allow yourself to fucking quit the first time, the second time is so much fucking easier. Next thing you know, you've got a habit of fucking quitting when things get tough, and you don't even know you do it anymore, because you've just developed this habit of quitting, and people don't fucking get it. Like, quitting is like the worst goddamn. Don't say you're going to do it unless you're going to fucking do it. That right there is a life changer.
It was the same example that Johnny and Maddie is when you're doing, you're scheduled to do, 10 reps, and you're like, I'm done at 8. You stop at 8, and then you're supposed to do 8, and you stop at 6, right? Or if I'm doing some interval, like someone was doing intervals on the tread, right? It was a 30-second interval, not 27 seconds, not 25 seconds. It was 30 seconds, right? And Johnny, it's the same way as quitting.
Anytime I'm on fucking Terry's stair mill, right? Whatever the fucking time I'm supposed to go. Yes. I don't care, whatever the fuck it is. I'll always pick.
Yes.
I don't get off until, let's just say it's 5 minutes, because a lot of times I'll get on there and just fucking bust my ass for 5 minutes.
Yes.
I won't fucking get off there till it says 5 minutes, 11 seconds. Why?
Yeah.
Because I want one more, but then I really want 2 1-mores.
Yes.
So that, to me, that's 11.
That's 2 1-mores is 11. That's great. So
that's it.
Johnny math, I love it. Johnny math. 1 + 1 = 11.
I mean, I've fucking done that from the fucking as long as I can remember. If I'm watching a fucking number develop on a screen, it's always getting off at 11. And that was the way I looked at it. I want one more. No, I want one more of those. So let's fucking wait 9 more seconds.
I love that.
I was about
or 10 more seconds. Excuse me. My math needs to be straight here.
That's awesome. I do the same thing, right? So I'm going to do 10 reps. Why can't I do 11? I'm going to push it. I'm going to push to 12. At some point you got to stop, but I agree with that. But I want to get back to what Keith was saying real quick, which was about the morning, right? I used to not be, I used to tell myself, you're not a morning person. You're not a morning person. You're not a morning person. What I have done for the past month for myself, and I'm going to keep doing, is I'm becoming a morning person. And what I can't believe, I've been waking up an hour earlier than typical, setting an alarm, getting up with my alarm, not hitting the snooze. Yeah. And what I can't believe, the biggest thing is, I look at the clock at 10 o'clock. I'm like, holy shit. I just got more done in 4 hours, 5 hours than I used to do in 10, 15 hours. It's amazing what changing that morning habit can do, getting up and starting right off the bat instead of
part of that is it's a fucking
into the day is what I used to do. And it's ease my way in.
Yeah, dude, it's part of it is your brain. When you do something productive, check, it's done. Your brain goes, I want more of that. And you're basically you're programming your reticular activating system, which is basically what's important to you is what your brain's going to find. If a red car is important, you're going to see fucking red cars everywhere. Well, if getting up and doing something productive is important to you and you do the first one, it feels good. Your brain goes, fuck, I want that again. What else can I do? And it's just when you start off with that, you're programming your brain to go get some more.
It's awesome.
Keith, I'm about ready for a piss, babe.
Yeah, I'm resetting you. All right, guys, you're hanging out with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and our buddy Matt Roof this morning from Kindness Rising. Jimmy, let's get Johnny out for a quick little break, and then when he comes back, we'll keep the conversation going here. Hey, guys, you guys can join our live show here every single day here right on the network. We get going here at 8 o'clock. Matt Roof gets going at 7:30, so Eastern time. So I encourage you guys to subscribe to the channel. Go join Matt's show at 7:30 Eastern time. He gets after it every single day. He's the big old warm-up. He's dropping the kind words, the kind inspiration to get you guys to get up to not hit the snooze button. So when you show up for our show, you guys are fucking bouncing. So I invite you guys to join Matt Roof's show, Kindness Rising. And you guys can join our live show as well, 431-300-3005. Live right now. Send me a text, send me a voicemail, or join the show with a live call. And true story is what I'm going to say next. We are leaning into heavily the Mornings in the Lab community and made a big decision yesterday. Everything we're putting behind that community, you guys got to be a member. Yep, you need to be a member. So what does that mean? Well, it means you got to have to throw $2 onto the table. Yeah, true story. Yeah. If and I'm just going to say something with lots of love and kindness. If we all can't find $24 throughout the year, that's $2 a month, then maybe you might want to go find content from a podcast that is dated and is not full of value like Keith, Matt, and John and Marty drop every single day. So with all that said, I put some content behind the Mornings in the Lab community yesterday. I threw some prompts up there for you guys to work on. We're going to throw some recipes and workouts, and we're going to keep putting stuff behind the Mornings in the Lab community wall there. And it's not to discourage Matt participation. It's actually to encourage real participation with real community members, because guys, we want to build something that's long and sustainable. And we, the only way we can do that is if we get some money coming into the house here. So we invite you guys to come join the Mornings in the Lab community. We are just getting started. Lady Drew, I see you there. B Drive, I appreciate you, man. You dropped a bunch of gift memberships on the table. We've got a bunch of folks that are in the membership community because of you. So Maddie.
Yeah, so I think it's awesome. I see it as it's an investment, right?
Yes.
We put our money behind what we value.
Yes.
It's a small investment, but I think people can afford it. We provide value for free every day, but the real stuff is going to be behind that wall. What I saw yesterday with that Venice video, dude, I told you behind the scenes. I'm going to say it right out here. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Cool, you are creating the future.
Yeah,
you're building the future live right here.
Yes, awesome. Yes. Speaking of the future, I got a fun topic that I thought I'd throw on the table for us. Nation, we all know Roof is a deadhead. We all know the guy loves the Grateful Dead. I suspect that he might also love what I'm going to talk about next. So, Maddie, I know that I've dabbled in this a little bit in my ute. Well, as my mom would say, because she had troubles with so ute, yeah. Keith, it's thundering out there. Mom, it's thundering.
It's thundering.
Keith, that's a thistle in your leg. No, Mom, it's a thistle.
I had a buddy. I got to say this right now. Guy I used to work with had that same thing, but he also used to mispronounce words, and he was always cold, so he wore his terminal underwear. Oh, I'm cold. I got to wear my terminal underwear.
So here's what I'm setting up for Mornings Nation and Matt Roof and John Anderson, who I know can hear me. Nation, who all has dabbled in magic mushrooms? Yeah, true story. I'd love to hear who's dabbled in the magic mushrooms, because apparently Matt Roof, and Jimmy's going to run the clip here. Jimmy, I don't think I got you set up for this because we're going to talk over 50, but I threw an audible on you. So Jimmy, if you're ready, I do want to run the opening clip on the unexpected secret, Maddie, apparently is magic mushrooms. Let's have a conversation about it. Jimmy, let's start the clip. Let's have a chat about the unexpected secret to human longevity. Is it magic mushrooms? Jimmy.
What if the most groundbreaking anti-aging discovery of our time came from something most people still consider taboo? What if everything we thought we knew about extending human life was completely backwards? While watching our bodies age despite our best efforts, we're spending thousands on treatments that barely move the needle. Scientists are discovering that the key to healthy aging might not be what we add to our bodies, but how we fundamentally change how our cells respond to time itself. The most powerful longevity interventions might already exist in nature, waiting for us to understand how they work at the cellular level and apply that knowledge strategically. Today, we're diving deep into research that could change everything you think you know about aging. Let's unlock this together.
Maddie, Johnny, recent landmark research showed that human cells, Matt, treated with psilocybin, magic mushrooms, or psilocybin, depends how you want to pronounce it, experienced up to a 57% increase in lifespan, reducing exactly, Matt, that was my response too, reducing oxidative stress and preserved crucial telomere length, key markers of healthy aging. Moreover, animal trials revealed that elderly mice receiving psilocybin lived up to 60% longer. Now, I know we had some fun conversation this week about Warren Buffett crushing all the food and getting the sleep in, because he, and I joke about longevity experts who are 20 and 30 telling me how to live longer lives. I'm like, wait a minute, you're only 30 years old. I found this quite fascinating, man, that those that are crushing magic mushrooms on a regular basis apparently might live longer.
Amazing. Fascinating. I think we're talking about microdosing, maybe?
Yes,
Is that what you're talking about, right? Because I will tell you, you asked about my experiences. Yes. But there was nothing micro about my dose when I was doing mushrooms. We used to go out and in college, we would get the mushrooms, we'd put them in a Wendy's Frosty, chow them down because they taste like shit. They're fucking awful.
They are, yes.
They're awful. They make you gag. Some people throw up from them. I mean, I've been down that road. I don't want to promote heavy drug use, whatever. But I've done it. But I know that microdosing has become a thing, and I believe it. I believe in it. I believe that if things in nature have benefit for human beings,
think like this
in the right way.
Let's not look at the mushroom as like it's some. Maybe it has some unique, call it nutrient, let's say. I don't know what
properties. Properties.
Yeah, properties. There we go. But taking that part of the equation away, it does something at a small dose that helps people not fucking stress out. So just by eliminating some of that behavior alone is going to extend the lifespan. Call it a mushroom, call it a dog turd, call it whatever you want. If you can partake in something that's going to give you a better mental perspective, you will live longer. We know that cortisol will kill us.
Yes.
So just from that perspective alone, let's just put that in a category with, you could put in a category with fucking meditation if you wanted to.
I think my biggest learning in Lady Drew's is as well, mushrooms in a Frosty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the best way. It was the best way. It was the only way to I don't know, to get mask the taste, right? It was just our routine. I will tell you, I've actually done a lot of them. It was a thing. It was a thing in the 90s in upstate New York. It was just available. Wasn't really available. But I will say this also: there's a lot of myth about mushrooms from a hallucinogenic perspective, and the effect of it, even at high doses. you're not tripping like you are on acid with hallucinations and colors and sparks. It's a mind-opening experience. Again, I'm not encouraging people to go out there and get crazy and do anything unsafe, but it is a mind-opening experience. And some of the experiences that I've had in nature on mushrooms and feeling connected to my being, I mean, it's getting cosmic and shit, but it is actually it was a huge benefit and mind changing for me at times in my life about my connection to the world in ways. And we used to do it in groups. We'd have a lot of fun, hang out together for hours. It does not cause auditory, visual hallucinations. I've never heard of anybody having a really bad trip on mushrooms. I've heard about it on acid. I've not experienced it, but anyway, that's all I'm saying. I believe the things in nature are there for good. I have no doubt that what you found out about the research about microdosing improving health, because of exactly what Johnny just said, mind opening, relaxation, connection, that's got to have a benefit.
Johnny, you crushed some mushrooms in your time? Young chap?
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I was man enough to fucking chew them up. Fuck, I mean, Jesus Christ, if you're going to fucking do it, do it. Are you fucking kidding me? And the next thing is, what the fuck are you doing at Wendy's to begin with?
Actually, Anderson, can I offer the same thing? So was I.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
Matty, I got to be honest, brother. I'm on Anderson's train, man. I would sit back and I'd have the bag and I'd crush them and I'd gag, but I'd swallow them.
Floss your teeth when you got to floss your teeth when you're done. But I mean, God damn it, if you're going to fucking have the experience, have the experience. You think the fucking Indians had a Wendy's fucking shake to eat these things?
No, they went to Shake Shack.
And it's
Jesus Christ.
especially when we revealed yesterday America's unhealthiest restaurant is Wendy's, Matt Roof. So we might have to kick you off the morning's train, Matty, because you're just
Talking about
God damn, man.
it's nothing matter. But I have eaten them plain too. But yeah, I guess maybe.
But I guess you got to think like this, you know, if the barrier of fucking entry of the fucking taste is too high, then you shouldn't be fucking doing it.
That's a great point.
That's a great point. Hey, so before we walk Anderson out of the room here at the bottom of the hour here, I do have one more topic I want to have a chat with you guys about. Jimmy, let's so we're all in middle age here on this show, and
Matt, how old are you, brother? How old are you, Matty?
53. I'm a month.
We're all 50. We're all fucking 53. No shit.
A month younger than Billis, we found out. Yeah. April 29th.
Johnny, we talked about this a number of months ago, but I don't think we can ever talk about this enough because I know I like to get my lifts in. I know you like to get your lifts in. I know Matty does as well. And again, what we're learning in today's world where data is readily available, but experiences are not. I want to lean into John's experience, what we're going to talk about next. Apparently, as we get older, we should stop doing certain exercises. Apparently. Right, so I got a little.
Who says apparently?
Well, it's the same people, Johnny, that say
what exercises?
Yeah, so Johnny, it's the same folks that are commenting on. Well, they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't run that Sydney Sweeney ad, or they shouldn't do. So who's the they and who's the shouldn't? So
the they is the guy on the fucking couch complaining about his bag of fucking Cheetos. He paid too much and there's not enough in the bag.
Or the doctor that hasn't walked a day in his life and he's saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing that exercise anymore. So what I thought I would do is that we can have a conversation about apparently there's maybe there's 5 exercises that men over 50 should stop doing. I don't fully agree with it, but I thought I'd bring the human experience, John Anderson, in so we can talk about whether it's legitimate conversation or he's like, that's full of shit, man. If you want to squat, you squat. So, Jimmy, let's run the opener. Let's just get into it quickly before we got to walk Anderson out of the room here. Jim.
What if the very exercises you believe are keeping you strong are actually setting you up for decades of pain and limitation? Every morning, millions of men over 40 walk into gyms across America, unknowingly following routines that worked in their 20s, but are now working against their body's changing needs and recovery capacity. Sports medicine research reveals that certain popular movements create cumulative stress patterns that accelerate joint wear, reduce mobility, and increase injury risk as our bodies naturally change with age. But there's a smarter approach. evidence-based strategies that maintain strength while protecting the joints and systems that keep you moving freely. It's time to train like the intelligent man you are.
All right, guys, we're talking training here this morning with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and our buddy Matt Roof this morning. Guys, and here's this. So you guys are going to get information from ChatGPT and Manus and Claude about exercise and what you should and shouldn't be doing because somebody said, you know, that's just what should happen at a certain age. Well, we got the human experience, John Anderson, on the show with us. We're going to have some real life chats about this. So, Johnny, apparently experts are saying that we should stop doing the behind the neck pull downs or pull-ups because it could be hurting our shoulders or the stress on aging shoulders. So might want to opt for front lat pull downs or assisted pull-ups. Johnny, should I still be doing a pull-up at 53 years old?
Okay, this whole thing is coming about because they're saying this about the average person who's lost mobility, who is, I mean, if all of this shit that is being said is they're talking about the general population who have let themselves fucking go. So yes, it's going to be harmful. So should you do exercises if you can't do them properly? No. But if you can't do them properly, well, you probably let yourself fucking go, or you haven't learned how to do it properly, or both. So it's the idea of squatting. If you know how to do it properly and you've been doing it your whole life, you could do it until you fucking die. But if you let yourself go and you can't do it properly and you've lost flexibility to try to do it again, going to cause you more damage than it's going to help you.
Leg extension machines. So I bring this up because we go to the gym, we see these machines, these Nautilus machines, and I'm going to get on the leg extension because I don't want to do a squat because a squat's hard for me and it hurts me. So I'm going to go to the easy machine instead. Whereas, you know, an expert might say, no, the leg extension is going to put excessive strain on your knees. Go do a squat or go do a step up instead. And again, John, I hear you loud and clear on if you haven't been doing anything, don't just go and do something. But let's just, you know, I'm talking more about the guys that are aging, that are spending time in the gym. Maybe a guy like Matt or a guy like myself. You're saying if you've been going to the gym for a long time, don't be afraid of these things.
Well, like perfect example, behind the neck pressing.
Yes.
If my shoulders, if I've let my flexibility go and I'm not where I need to be, there's periods of shit. I can think of periods of years where I didn't do behind the necks because I couldn't do them fucking properly because my shoulders weren't in a position. Then I think, okay, I want to get back to doing those again. It might take me a month to get to where I can do it properly again. But even for me, not a good idea because I've let the flexibility of my shoulders go to the point where I can't do it properly. So that's a perfect example. Leg extension. It hurts your fucking knees if you're doing it too heavy.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, if you're doing it properly, and those movements are not about fucking, because people get on there. Oh my God. Yeah, I can do the stack. Well, great at the cost of your fucking patella tendons. The leg extension is about the contraction of a muscle. It's a fucking isolated ordeal. You know, who gives a shit how deep the pin is on the stack? If you're one of these people that talks about how much you can lift, I mean, I hate to fucking say it, but there are some people close in my life. Oh my God, I was doing the whole stack on that leg press machine. Okay. What the fuck, dude? You know what? You know, and guaranteed it was done properly. But if that's your motivation, if you're one of these people, of course this shit's gonna fuck you up.
What about high impact plyometric? Johnny, were you ever a plyometric guy? Seriously, I know you know. So
you're
I know
jumping up onto a 52-inch box. That's as plyo as it gets.
So yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
Fuck.
So, thank you for that clarification. I like plyo. No, I like plyo. So can we talk about plyo as a functional fitness? So as I'm aging, I want to be able to jump up onto a 52-inch step. Should that be a goal of mine, Johnny? Or maybe not should. Wrong choice of words. Is there anything wrong with me continuing to want to do plyometrics?
Well, the word that you said that needs to be recognized. Excuse me.
Functional.
Continue. See, if you're doing something and you continue doing it, the safety is you're on the right side of the fence.
Yes.
If all of a sudden you decide, oh God, I watched this fucking video, I'm going to start doing plyometrics, and you haven't done this shit in 20 years, you're gonna probably hurt yourself. It's a different type of movement. Muscles, the tendons, the ligaments are not conditioned for that if you haven't been doing it. If you're older, it might not even be safe to try to get back into doing aggressive plyometrics altogether. Now, could you do them on a lower level? 100%.
Yeah.
But like max effort plyos, that's just dangerous shit.
Yeah. Maddie, any questions?
So I got a couple things. One is
for an older person, when I say dangerous shit.
Walk before you run. Anytime you're going to start something new, you don't go full. You got to work your way up to it. I love what Johnny said about doing it right. If you're going to do it right. I mean, like, just to say you're able to squat the stack or whatever the case may be, but you're not in proper position, you're not doing a full extension, then it's just for vanity, right?
Yes.
I do have a question from a point of ignorance. Leg extension. That's the one where you're laying on your back and you're pressing the legs, pressing the.
No, you're not laying on your back. You're sitting in a chair.
Yeah,
and you're extending your legs.
Oh, okay. Sitting in the chair. Yeah.
You know, but you're not pushing, Matt. That's a press.
Yeah.
Leg extension is an extension.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got it. I know that one. Sure. All right. Never mind. I was thinking of something else, but yeah, that's ridiculous. So at our age, anytime we try something new, I say, I love to try new exercises, but I don't put the max load on it. I start and I focus on proper mechanics. I'm certainly don't have the fitness history that Johnny does, and maybe even you, Keith, but I know that proper mechanics is what's going to lead to. And then anyway, the last thing is pain, right? Pain is a signal to the body. If you're experiencing pain in something, you're probably doing it wrong.
Stop. As Marty would say, what kind of pain?
Okay.
You're looking for pain in the muscles. You don't want pain in the joint.
Okay. I got you. I see what you're saying.
There's a pain is a metric for the muscle. It's a good metric. Obviously, most people don't even have the mental, they don't have the mental strength to push that pain into a level that's dangerous. But in terms of pain in a joint, a non-muscle pain, that's a signal you got to learn to listen to. And I think that's the issue, is that many people don't understand the difference in that pain. They can't tell the difference if it's a pain in the joint. They just feel pain and they'll keep pushing when they should stop, or vice versa.
This is what I love about live conversation with human beings, because you go and get this question to ChatGPT or to Claude or anybody, and it's going to be stop with pain. Sure. Then hold on. But then you dig into it and you go, well, hold on a second here. Where's the pain? Is it in the joint or is it in the muscle? Oh, tell me more. Tell me about your experience. That's why I love when you talk feeling, John, because we don't talk enough. Because most people say, there's no data on feelings. Well, no, actually, there is a fucking lot of data on feelings. Yeah. There's the data that it's my joint that's hurting, not the muscle. Oh, that's why I love these kind of conversations, man, because what you're sharing, Anderson, is real fucking meat and potatoes for somebody. Real meat and potatoes.
A lot of misconceptions out there.
Yes, yeah. Sit-ups, Johnny. Sit-ups and crunches. And here's what happens, right? 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, we all do our crunches, and then it's like, okay, well, should I still be doing these things when I'm in my 50s or 60s? Like, should I still be doing sit-ups?
First question you got to ask yourself, why are you doing them? If you do them, you think you're going to get your abs, you're not fucking getting them and doing the sit-ups.
Yes.
You got to stop eating the fucking shit you're eating. That's what's going to bring the body fat low enough to have the possibility to see those abs. If you're doing ab work, I know very few people who do ab work for anything other than they think that they're burning the fat off their stomach.
I know.
Yeah, that's there's no such thing as spot fat reduction. So if you're doing abs because you want a stronger trunk, keep going. Yeah. If you're doing abs because you think you're fucking getting your abs out for the summer, go to the fucking kitchen and put your work in there.
It's incredible how much of an industry it is, Johnny and Matt. Articles and videos and comments and product on go get your 6-pack abs right now by doing these exercises over the next 3 weeks. And then, but there's no mention of, what are you eating in the kitchen? There's no mention of that part. Last one, Johnny, was the overhead barbell press, right? So again, as we age, I suspect what you're going to say is if you're doing it for the first time, just don't go jump to 100 pounds, go start and gradually get up. But as we age, if our shoulders are getting maybe stuff or we're losing mobility, could one argue that the shoulder press can be done differently or pick a different exercise, Johnny?
Well, again, if you can't do it properly, then don't fucking do it. Pick something else till you can do it properly. If you can do it properly, it's massive. Like, perfect example, Matt, we're talking about abs, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So here's a little lesson for you, Matt. If you're doing a compound movement like an overhead press, your abs are getting a far better fucking workout than doing sit-ups because the whole fucking trunk is working. So I'm trying to think. I will train my abs when I want to fucking look good in a video. That's why I train my abs, because I'm pump them up.
Oh yeah.
That's it. I don't do abs in that regard. My abs get work in the squat. They get work in the deadlift. They get work, probably the most work in overhead pressing. Fuck. So I mean, people think, oh, I want my waist to get little, so I'm going to train my abs. Well, let's ask yourself a question. Do muscles get fucking bigger or littler when you train them? So you train your waist gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Simple fucking math.
True story.
So can I ask a question? Let me ask a quick question. We're talking about aging, and this is something that I hear all the time, which is flexibility and function is more important than strength. And by getting the flexibility, you get long muscles.
Without strength,
muscles, which are
you got
strong
nothing.
muscles.
Brother, without strength, if I'm 80 years old, I would rather be fucking strong and not flexible, because I'll be able to live my life. If I'm weak and flexible, I'm not living my life. Strength is a currency. Muscle is an organ. The biggest problem old people have is they lose too much of their organ and they're not strong enough to live their life. Now, is a muscle you're going to have a much stronger muscle if it's flexible too, but you can't separate. It's picking one or the other. You got to pick the strength every time.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. I think that that's a big problem in society is that we lose. I know, Johnny, you got to rock and roll, eh?
Yeah. Pretty quick here. We can finish the topic. I don't want to jump out in the middle of this thing with talking about strength and flexibility.
But I'm with this. Strength is absolutely, I think, is the most important thing that we often get too confused about, right? We got to get strong. Staying
strong will make you live long. Period. End of story.
There you go. All right, hey guys, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John here, getting after it every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right after Matty Roof's Kindness Rising. John, we've had a fun week, man, a great week of shows.
Always, babe.
I want to walk you out of here. I'm going to send you a text. Let's grab some time this weekend. All right, for sure.
You got it.
Cool.
Hey, Roofy, keep it fucking rocking, brother. Let's go, baby.
Thanks,
keep that shit rocking. Keep it going. That's it. I'm pulling for you every fucking morning. Let's go.
Thanks. Come join me.
I might have to sneak in there. And do a quick cameo.
Right. I want to hear your kindness story.
Oh shit! I got nothing but love, babe.
There you go. I know that.
I'll tell you, but just a quick summary. I've never ever been in a fight, like a fist fight. I've never ever hit somebody or tried to hit someone out of anger. How's that?
That's a good place to start.
Me too.
There we go. There we go. Good
I wish I could
brother.
say the same, but I've learned.
Yeah.
I know we shared some love. All right.
Have a great loop, everyone. I got to jump.
All right, Anderson. Good seeing you, brother. All right, Johnny's out of here, guys. You got Keith and Matt are left here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends here, getting after every single day. Matt, you got to rock and roll as well, pal. Do you want to stick around for a few minutes with me?
I'll stick a couple minutes, sure.
Well, let's dig into this one, man. So let's have some fun with this conversation. 2 weeks ago, there was a situation in Boston where there was a couple folks that were caught canoodling. There's the word canoodling. And I thought I'd have some fun with this one. And I sat down with ChatGPT and I said, hey, so what is the best way to avoid a Kisscam Coldplay situation if I was to go to an event with my side piece? Even though I don't have a side piece, Lauren. Nope, no side piece. I love my Lauren. So my side piece is my Lauren. My other side piece is my Lauren. But if you do decide you want to have a side piece, first of all, Keith and Matt and Johnny do not, and Marty, we do not condone the side piece. So the first bit of advice for this whole situation is don't have the side piece if you just ultimately don't want to get caught in the situation. However, Roofy, if you do decide to have the side piece and go to an arena or a stadium to avoid the Kisscam situation, I do have some advice for our community, Roofy, that might give some folks the ability to avoid it. Jimmy, let's run the clip so Maddie and Keith can dig into it this morning.
What if the same strategic thinking that makes you successful in business could protect your most private moments from becoming tomorrow's viral content? Every day, men like you navigate public spaces feeling constantly exposed, wondering when a simple night out with family could turn into unwanted internet fame that affects your career and personal life. Yet most never consider how these same tactical approaches can safeguard their personal reputation and family privacy. Today, we're revealing how to read any room, anticipate potential exposure, and move through public spaces with the confidence of someone who thinks 3 steps ahead. It's time to take control of your public presence and protect what matters most.
All right, Maddie, I got the facts, man. ChatGPT's smart playbook for avoiding the Kisscam.
Let's hear it.
All right, so Keith and Matt are going to the show, and we want to be avoided, brother. When asked about sidestepping an unwanted moment on the Jumbotron, ChatGPT responded with a set of practical, almost playbook tactics. Summary. First of all, Matt, the seat selection. So we might want to avoid sitting in front and center or easily visible sections. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. The Kisscam is going to go straight to that skybox. I'm lucky that I can't afford a skybox because I won't get caught with my. I do not have a side piece. No, seriously. That just makes perfect sense. If you watch the Kisscams on sporting events,
yes,
they always go to the center ice.
Yes,
they go to the skybox. They go to the VIP seats because they're trying to give those people the experience that they paid for. So
try to pick odd-numbered or solo seats, Matt Roof, rather than sitting as an obvious couple in romantic parts of the venue. So Keith and Matt are having a relationship together. We might want to sit in odd-numbered seats, or you might want to sit in front of me and I sit behind you. But guys, if you're going to go and fuck around with your side piece, maybe you're not there to be all affectionate in public. You might, if you really want to be coy about it, you might want to sit her in the front or you in the back, or you might want to put a seat in between you, but you don't want to be obvious with the fact that that Keith and Matt are a couple, Matt.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, but then what's the point? Why are you? I mean, I just start with why the hell are you going there with your side piece anyway? But you're going to sit 3 seats apart. You may as well go alone.
Well, there you go. Right?
So that's ridiculous to me.
Matty, Dusty Struggles is checking in with a term that you and I grew up with. He's present. Thanks, Dusty, for checking in this morning. So I think Nation. Every single morning now. I'm gonna go the roll call. Dusty Struggles present. B Drive present. Lady Drew present. You know who I've been wondering? Good Time. Where are you? Good Time. Maybe you're listening.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope if Good Time is, if anybody know where Good Time is, we got to get. I'm hoping Good Time's not sick because I haven't heard from Good Time in a long time, and I'm kind of curious.
Isn't it amazing how when people don't start showing up again, you're like, wait, I don't even know you, but I'm missing you.
Yeah,
right? I'm like, yeah. I've seen that. I've experienced that too, and in other places. Like, where the hell is that person?
Yeah, well, and I know Holroyd's listening all the time, even if Holroyd might not be commenting. Holroyd, I know you're present, brother. I know the OGs out there. I love looking in the Mornings in the Lab community, and there's one person, the first person to step up, Adam Holroyd, brother. Lots of love, and I'll never forget that. All right, we're talking how to avoid the Coldplay Kisscam.
Don't go see Coldplay.
There it is. Just don't go see Coldplay. Situational awareness, Maddie.
Music, and if somebody gave me tickets to Coldplay, I'd probably go. But,
situational awareness. Here we go. Observe when you go to the arena, Maddie. Observe where the camera crew is roving, especially when they start prepping for crowd shots. Stay alert when the lighting dims because these moments often signal a crowd spotlight. So, You know, again, when you and I are hanging out as a romantic couple, you know, we might want to be just observing all the time and creating all this anxiety and stress. And you're going, well, fuck, man, if we have to have all this anxiety and stress wondering where the camera is, why are we here in the first place?
What is the point? That's what I say. Most people, when they go to live events, including myself, and I know especially when I'm with my kids, they want to be on the Jumbotron. They can't wait to be seen on ESPN within the live camera. They're looking for the red light to be on the camera so they can scream and yell and be seen. If you don't want to be seen, don't go.
Behavioral tactics. Maybe bring a snack or a drink, Maddie. So being caught actively eating or drinking is a credible way to dodge the romantic cue, right? Or keep your phone out, or appear busy or distracted during Kisscam moments, right? Or maintain a neutral facial expression during the big emotional songs. Maybe I'm just thinking here, if we were standing together, would I be in the front of you, or would you be in the front of me? I'm probably shorter than you, so I'm probably in the front of you. You're probably
in front. Or on my shoulders.
Oh, 100%, right? So I'm just, so we might not want to be putting me on your shoulders, or we might not want to have Keith in front of Matt while Matt's
embracing.
Yes, during some of those.
I mean, to me, that's just common sense. If you're trying to be incognito, I mean, if you're trying to be incognito, don't go for starters. But if you're really trying to be incognito, how about you don't embrace? And it's so bizarre to me.
Okay, so then what not to do, Matt Roof? So maybe, and maybe the folks that were caught in the shenanigans a couple weeks ago might want to replay that incident, because as I watched it happen, I said to myself, well, why did you overreact? Because I suspect if they didn't duck, if they didn't make a big deal about it, nobody would have paid attention. And that's the unfortunate thing, is that their human reaction was, oh my God, everybody's looking at us, when they would have, if they would have just cringingly smiled and said, yeah, we're here right now. I'm here. I'm on Matt Roof's shoulders and I love the guy. People are like, well, yeah, there's some little short guy sitting on Matt Roof's shoulders. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. No, I agree with that 100%. They brought in that case, they brought the attention with their reaction, right? They were not calm under pressure. That's for sure.
And then avoid flashy clothing or signs that make you stand out.
Yeah, I mean that's seems pretty obvious too. I don't even know what to say. I'm not really a flashy clothing guy, so I don't really draw attention in that way. But that seems to make sense, right? Think about what's the mentality of that camera operator. He's looking for what's the best image I can put up there on the screen. And if there's some guy in a wild t-shirt acting like a jackass and whatever, he's the one that's going to get the attention. That's why people do it. That's one of the reasons people do it. They don't do it because it's their style. They do it because they want to get on the Jumbotron.
Yes.
Is Jumbotron even still a thing? I don't even know.
I don't know. Yeah. So, well, it's funny you brought the camera operator, because the camera operator, some of the camera operators on Reddit have said that, we just randomly choose. If we catch you on camera and you refuse to kiss, we usually come back to the shot at least once or twice until you get a reaction. If not, we're moving on. Right. And then the last tip from ChatGPT in this whole situation was, if you're going to go to the Coldplay concert, just know that when they're going to sing Fix You or Yellow, they're probably going to go to the crowd. So there you go. Yeah. And B Drive, I'm giving you the last word, brother, because I love how you're putting it out there. Does this, and I love this, B Drive. This is why I like to have humor with this whole show and keep it light and keep it ridiculous, actually, because truthfully, and I hope you guys have gotten to know me well enough, Uncle Keith thinks this whole fucking thing's ridiculous at the end of the day. And I know Johnny's like, why do we put some? And it's not about the negative side of behavior. I think it's ridiculous. And I enjoy the theater and I enjoy the ridiculousness of it. And I enjoy sometimes how people get their knickers in a knot. And Maddie, and I think you've gotten to know well enough, people sometimes take themselves too seriously.
Yeah. But I will say this, and I don't want me to bring you down from your excitement. It's pretty serious for those families. That's who I feel
100%.
For. Those people's kids.
Yes.
Shit that I can only imagine what the torture that's involved for them in that. So I do have compassion for that. I do not have compassion for them because of the way they acted.
Well said, brother. And B Drive, final word to you, brother. Does this fall under John's category of moving to useful things with our time, since none of us support this behavior? You are absolutely correct. Yeah. Start by not being present at a Coliseum, participating in Rome. And most importantly, B Drive, and I think what's funny with this, Matt, is if you're moving in a direction where you're looking for a side piece, well, you're probably not hanging out with us anyways, because we're encouraging you to make positive decisions. However, I will say this, though. just to kind of go back to the top of the show, sometimes we make mistakes in life. Sometimes we end up making mistakes that include a side piece. And sometimes, there's retribution, there's forgiveness, and there's bringing ourselves back to life again, just like you said with these people that were in this unfortunate situation. I have to think that, they're going to rebuild their lives, right? And I'm going to have to think there's going to be some forgiveness involved. And you know what? At the end of the day, at the absolute end of the day, I love the idea of forgiveness, Matt Roof.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we all have to realize we're human and have that tender side to us and try to see through each other's eyes. The other piece of this for me is that America loves a redemption story. They love a comeback story. These people are going to sell books. They're gonna get their lives together. They're going to become somehow a positive example of falling down and getting back up and having tenacity and resilience, whether it's them, their families, the business, the people who are impacted by it. We all love a redemption story, and this is an example of one that's going to happen. I know it.
100%. Global, I see you there. I was wondering where you were, Global. I knew you were in the audience the whole time. I appreciate you, Global. The audience is now imitating the embarrassed couple and hiding from kiss cams. Yep, that's.
Oh my God, have you seen the Trump and Epstein AI video? It's actually pretty.
There's some crazy
stuff.
There's some crazy stuff. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, there you go, guys.
It's become an iconic moment. It will live on. That is a meme that's going to last.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you something. You know what's fascinating about too, Maddie? I guarantee you at every stadium and arena around North America, the crews sitting in the production teams all now have a policy in place or a discussion in place around what if, or how do we find, or how do we look for, or how do we avoid our own situation in our own arena. There is, man. There is, right? It's I'll just say this. I hate to say it out loud, but I'm going to say it's my show. It's the same way society over the last number of years moved from, but what happens if we're going to see there was controversy in the years where there was a kiss cam with the same sex couple. And then it became a big deal because folks like, well, hold on a second. I had a conversation with my kids because there was 2 men kissing or there was 2 women kissing. Come on, people. Like, honest to fucking God, man. Like, seriously. Like,
welcome to the world, man. That's a great opportunity to have a conversation with your kids about love and about caring for somebody else and whatever, right? I mean,
that's exactly right. That's exactly
look at it as an opportunity, not a problem. That's all I say to that.
I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. All right, Rufy. Well, listen, I think I'm going to get to the community corner and wrap up our show. And we're wrapping up our show here. I'm really glad you joined me today, brother. I'm so glad. Fridays.
Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for all the support you're giving me at Kindness Rising, behind the scenes, on the scene, showing up in the green room, making me laugh and keeping it light. You're changing my life. Mornings in the Lab has changed my life. I hope people out there are feeling the same, and we're growing an awesome community here. So thanks.
Having some fun. And hey, we got coffee with Andrew Barber today. He's looking forward to it. He was a guest, man. He was, I think we were making a little nervous there originally because I can see him in the green room there, but I love that. It was fun. And I think he's got to come on to Kindness Rising with you.
Oh, I would love to have him on. And what I love about this show in particular is all the different energies that show up. You've got your energy. John's got his energy. Times a guy comes on and he's mellow. Sometimes a guy comes on and he's wild, or a woman. That's what we're all about. It's a circus, right? Well,
that's right.
Barbara's part of the circus now. So I'll look forward to talking to him this afternoon.
One thing you said before I do say goodbye, and I talked about it at the top of the show, I would not have expected you to hear it, but there's just a bunch of negative controversy over the Hulk Hogan thing because of who Terry Jean Bollea was as a human. You know what frustrates me about that, Maddie? At the end of the day, is that where did America lose its sight on redemption and a good story of comeback? Yeah, the guy fucking fell down and hurt a lot of people along the way. I know he did, and maybe he was not the kindest human along the way. But so are a lot of people, Matt Roof. And
absolutely. And it doesn't, and anything that you can't look at these isolated incidents as the end all and be all. What Hogan did for the world of wrestling and for personalities. Yeah. And I mean, he's the OG, right? I mean, it was not, I mean, it was pretty awesome. And I'm sure, I don't know for sure, but I'm sure in my heart, if I look deep enough, There's some great stories of Hogan doing some really kind stuff out there in the world. I've seen videos of him interacting with kids in such a genuine way and inspiring them with his Hulkamania that you can't discount that stuff. Same with Ozzy, right? Everybody thinks Ozzy was the head biting back guy, but he was giving back like crazy behind the scenes. And so, how about we look at the total person?
I'm with you, man. Thanks for
items in isolation.
And you know what, pal? The Hogan thing, you know, and I know because I know we both grew up with that era. There's something to be said for the simplicity and the cliche of say your prayers, eat your Wheaties, and get some sleep, right? And it still resonates today, right? And it's and that's what really makes me sad that everybody get caught up on all of the noise. I think, anyways, when at the end of the day, if we just said our prayers, had some good food, had some love, maybe all the bullshit would fall aside.
People just love a controversy. We're getting wired in our society for that. It sucks.
Yeah.
So we'll keep swimming upstream against it, man.
Speaking of, you're going to see some interesting controversy from the '90s in Venice because I saw some of those folks in the '90s curious of why everybody's all got their knickers in or not about the Sydney Sweeney jeans controversy. So you watching for some of that content. These folks in the '90s are like, what the hell's going on with those folks in the 25s?
Yeah. I mean, remember Brooke Shields and Ron Duguay?
Oh!
Ooh la la, song. Remember that? I remember that?
Dude, that's a name you're bringing out from the fucking past.
New York Ranger, Brooke Shields. I mean, come on, Blue Lagoon. I mean, that was the Brooke Shields and Farrah Fawcett. Forget it. The blonde and the brunette.
Oh my God, Ron Duguay with the flowing hair.
Ron Duguay with the flow skate. He and Phil Esposito skating around in Sassoon jeans.
Oh, I love
Pretty
it.
funny stuff.
I love it.
Got to find that clip.
All right, we're going into overtime. We're going to walk Matty out of the room. We leave Matt with the last word. Ron Duguay. Matt Roof, I love you, brother. We'll talk later, okay?
All right. See you on Monday, 7:30, Kindness Rising.
7:30, Kindness Rising. Matt Roof right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. You guys can find him every single Monday to Friday, 7:30 Eastern Time. A reason to get up with kindness. True mother in story. Matty, love you, brother. Take care, pal.
See you soon, buddy.
All right, Jimmy, let's welcome out of here. We're going to go into a little bit of overtime today. We're going to do the community corner. Yep. Before we do that, though, I'm going to look down into the comments. B-Drive, yes, it is a serious topic. The difference is this show has other content with positive impact while media pumps all the negativity and fear. I agree with you. Listen, I try to balance it out, right? I always want to be giving you guys value. I'm always thinking about how I can give you guys value, even if it's fun or it's rooted in ridiculousness. My goal, and my belief is that, we're continuing to work at providing value. So, Global, what does AI do with Mornings in the Lab phrase? I'm not sure I understand your question. Global, we're using AI a lot actually to build the business here and build everything up behind the scenes here. Yes, Global, the open discussion is the value. Barbara was great. Monster Inc. People feel like the fear machine when laughter is the real power. True story. The ones complaining about jeans commercials will not accept the discussion. Global, dude, so fucking bang on. I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday who was like, I don't agree with it. I'm like, awesome. Let's talk about it. They looked at me like I was like from Mars. I'm like, that's the point. I do not want to have a show where we all have to agree on one thing and we don't want to have a discussion. So if you don't agree with the Sydney Sweeney jeans commercial, let's talk about it. I want to hear your point of view. You might not agree with my point of view, but that's the whole point of a good conversation. And in 2025, we've lost that art. Because if we don't agree with it, we're all like, that guy's wrong and we can't have a discussion because it's just full of shit. So Global, I'm with you, man. I'm so bang on with that one, which is they will not accept the discussion because they think that my point of view is wrong to start with. Well, no, actually, hold on. I'm not suggesting my opinion is right. That's why it's called an opinion. That's why I want to have a discussion, right? What I find, Global, is those that don't know how to have a discussion are those that don't want to have it. You heard me correctly. Those that don't know how to have a discussion are those that don't want to have it, right? Because it's difficult to have an educated conversation. Oh, look into the comments here on the horizontal. We got, hi, Keith, balance, 3 legs to balance a stool. You found your third. Of course, I'm prejudiced in this situation. God bless. Keep going. Oh, yes, Roseanne Roof. Oh, I love you, Roseanne. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. And we got, Matty Roof has been an awesome addition to the team. And Matt Roof makes me stronger every single day, just like John Anderson does. And I know that we can put it back, which is a lot of fun. Roseanne Roof joining us this morning. That's awesome. Maddie, we got Roseanne on the show here right now. Should I watch my language right now? Because I know that somebody's watching here, me who is has some influence. Yeah. All right, Jimmy, let's get to the community corner and let's rock and roll with that segment and take the light and shine it into the community that we call them. Ooh, I hit the button on time. There you go. Sometimes don't get to the button on time. Oh, that's the wrong box though. But this is the right box. All right. It's time for the Community Corner Nation. Boom, boom. Yes. Where we connect LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube right here on Mornings Alive with Keith and John and friends. Today, we got a business builder who relearned the meaning of presence, a coach who gambled on himself, and a subscriber who might just steal your wallet with the flick of the wrist. What's the real magic behind success, boundaries, and personal growth? Well, let's find out. Let's get into it right now on the Community Corner. Did you know we have a magician in the community? Oh, baby. We're shining the light on the Mornings in the Lab community right now. Yes, we are. Oh, is Laku Poo here? Jimmy, where's Laku Poo? I don't see Laku. Where's Laku Poo? I don't see Laku Poo in the comments. Laku Poo, if you're in the comments, I'd love to see you there. But Jimmy, I do not see Laku Poo in the comments. All right, most mornings you're here for the real talk. But did you know we have a magician in the lab? Seriously, yeah. We actually have a magician in the lab. Meet Magic Uncut, one of our own community members. And they've got awesome content. Here's a credit card trick that'll make you question reality and maybe check your pockets. It's quick, it's clever, and it's proof that our community isn't just about business and mindset. Fuck, I love magic, man. We got to talk more about magic on the show. Do you guys like magic? I got a bunch of magic tricks upstairs in my closet. I can bring some magic out. Yeah. This trick he's got here, it's quick, it's clever, and it's proof, like I said, that our community is more about business and mindset. We've got creativity and skill in the mix too. So over to you guys there in the comments. I would love to hear Bernard, Global, Laku Pipu, Roseanne. Love to hear from you guys. What is your hidden talent that normally surprises people? What is it? I know you have a hidden talent. What is it? Love to hear about it. Is it magic? Love to hear it in the community. So if it's not in the comments right now, I would love to see you guys in the Mornings in the Lab community today and on the weekend. Global, I want to see you there. B-Drive, I know you're there. I want to see you there. Lady Drew, I want to see you there. Dusty Struggles, I want to see you there. Share your hidden talents, guys. All right, Jimmy, let's move over to Substack. Betting on yourself isn't optional. It's the whole game. Yes, baby, it is. Griffin Coombs was miserable as an assistant principal, but afraid to make a change. Jimmy, do I have an echo coming out here right now? It sounds like I might have an echo. It took one push, a friend helping him build a simple website for him to finally take a real shot at himself. That moment was bigger than the website. I gotta pause. Who still builds websites? Just build a YouTube channel. Oh, my camera's over here. Yeah, stop building websites. Build yourself a YouTube channel. Get up live. Get on some platforms. Get out and start selling stuff. But this guy, it was about putting his own money, his own time and belief on the line. That's how he launched his own coaching business and turned his life around. The lesson? Don't build a website. All kidding aside, no coach, mentor, or strategy can do it for you. At some point, you have to bet on yourself, even if you're scared. But just don't build a website. No, it's not 1985. Fellas, What are you going to do this weekend to bet on yourself? Lady Drew, Global, Maddie, Laco Pipu, Bernard, what are you going to do this weekend to better yourself? I'm making great content for you. When hustle steals your life, there's one bedtime story at a time. Rooster Sanchez. Woo, baby. Yeah, I gotta. The dirty Sanchez? Rooster Sanchez built his dream business, then realized he was missing the point. Do you guys remember the dirty Sanchez? Wasn't it from a movie? Bernard, wasn't that from a movie? The where's that Global? I know that the dirty Sanchez was from a movie. I swear that it was. I'm just losing it right now. But anyways, Rooster Sanchez built his dream business, then realized that he was missing the point. Picture this. He's checking Slack. He's checking Slack messages while reading his daughter a bedtime story. His wife's face says it all. Not anger, but disappointment. That moment forced him to admit that quick checks and nonstop urgency were costing him everything that matters. Yes. Rooster went on to Jimmy, I gotta get down to the comments here. Double A is in the feed right now. Let's see what Double A has to say. This dude looks like he smuggles hot dogs into porta potties and eats them while sitting on the toilet. Double A, you talking to me? Double A, are you talking to me? I think you are. If you are talking to me, I'd love to see your next comment. Because if that's what you're thinking, oh, dude, I want to have a conversation. I'd love to have a conversation with you about where you think I'm smuggling the hot dogs and where you think I'm putting them in the porta potties. Or maybe you're talking with Rooster Sanchez. I'm not too sure. But anyways, yes, Bernard, it is from a movie. But I don't know where it was from, the dirty Sanchez. So if you're always just checking with Rooster Sanchez... Yes, Dirty Sanchez, the British is this dude at Timu Salt Bay. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let's keep going here. Oh man, too funny. All right, I wrapped up the Dirty Sanchez, Rooster Sanchez segment. Guys, magic mindset and family. Sometimes the big lesson is hiding in those small moments. As always, if you want your story featured right here on our show, I'd invite you to do one of three things. Follow us on Substack. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Come join the Mornings in the Lab community on YouTube. Tag us in your next post. Get in there, guys. Get into the community. I want to see your comments out there. We're going to keep giving stuff into the community so you guys can build your businesses, build your lives, and help you achieve those big, hairy, audacious motherfucking goals. Yes. All right. Let's move on over to the Creator Spotlight, where we'd like to take the big old light and shine it on somebody in the LinkedIn, Substack, or coming up, YouTube community. Jimmy, let's start it on LinkedIn with some dude named Tom.
Imagine taking on an industry where rules change daily and building something that doesn't just follow but sets the standard. That's real innovation at work. This creator has become a trusted name in cannabis education, helped raise the bar for licensed producers, and built a media company that gives voice to the people moving the industry forward. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Tom Ritchie, a founder, host, and relentless builder leading the charge in Canadian cannabis media. Whether or not you're into cannabis, Tom's work is an awesome example of how to create opportunity where others only see obstacles.
What's up, Double A? If Heisenberg was a crack addict, I know who Salt Bay is. Yeah, the famous chef. You're looking at the famous chef here who's the host of Mornings in the Lab, the biggest, fastest growing morning show on the planet right here on YouTube. I got some stuff to share with you guys here after I do this segment about the show here that I want to share with. Actually, maybe I'll put it in the community for my community members. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tease it. I'm going to drop some stuff into the community here for you guys, for all my community members, to show you guys what we're all creating here. Yep, true story. I'm going to open up the kimono. And you know what I'm also going to do too? You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to start doing some live private streams for you guys. So here's a question. Is there any interest or is there any value if I was to do some live stream business meetings behind the scenes to show you guys how I'm building this, the tools that I'm using, the processes that I'm using, the things that we're doing to build this business. Why? Because maybe there's things that you can learn to help you build your business or help you build your life. So I'd love to hear from you guys on that. My goal here is to do some private streams. No, not OnlyFans AA. No, I got clothes on. I got knowledge on the table, glasses on, maybe glasses off, but here just dropping nugget after nugget to help the Mornings in the Lab community achieve their biggest, most audacious goals. So we'd love to hear some feedback from you guys, but definitely would like to do something for that as well. All right, guys. So listen, Jimmy, did we do the LinkedIn one already? Okay, let's do the creator spotlight on LinkedIn, Jimmy, so I can get this one going, brother. Oh yeah, the good. All right, I guess I got to get into the script part of it, guys. We just celebrated a fellow named Tom Ritchie. We've all seen industries where the loudest voice gets the spotlight. We do. But there are, just like mine right now, but there are a few who quietly build the real foundation for change, like Jimmy, who's just fucking got my back here along the way. Well, Tom Ritchie just didn't step into cannabis media. Ooh, baby. What's up, Ritchie? He created a path where none existed. I got to know this guy. He knows the risks and the rules, but no more than that, he knows the people. He listens first, he acts with intention, and he makes room for everyone at the table. That's why he's not just a founder or a host, but a connector, a teacher, and a real community builder. Hey, Tom, love to have you on the show. Love to talk cannabis with you right here on Mornings Alive with Keith and Friends, and would love to give you the old spotlight to shine it on somebody in your world for the next community corner, for the next greater spotlight right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. All right, Jimmy, let's get to the next one so Keith can stumble his way out of the show here today.
Some men play the game, others change it. This creator tore up the rule book and built Ireland's first digital bank, taking it from nothing to $5 billion. When the expert said, follow the script, he trusted his gut, and founders, marketers, and product builders took notice. He's the guy people call when they want real progress, not startup growth fairy tales. Mornings in the Lab is shining the creator spotlight on Martin O'Leary, the technologist and strategist trusted by ambitious founders, operators, and builders who want results that last.
Guys, some humans are born with a need to question everything. Well, Martin O'Leary is one of them. Yep. Sometimes people drive me nuts. I question everything. Actually, true story. Martin, I love you. Probably I love you. But some folks that just question absolutely everything. I'm like, come on, it is what it is. Double A, take care, brother. Austin 316. Double A, I love you, man. I love that. I love you stumbled by the show here today. Hey, Double A, if you haven't already, I'd like to invite you to join our community. I value you. I value your content. I value your contributions, and I value what you have to say. So if you haven't joined the community, I hope you will find some time to do that. Martin O'Leary is one of them. He never cared about fitting in or following the rules. From early on, he saw how much energy people waste pretending to play a game that isn't theirs. Oh, just like a bullshitter, like John Pacicelli might call him. What sets him apart, you're not the bullshitter. I'm not talking about you, Martin. I'm just talking about this idea of people that just think they're wasting their time playing the game. But what sets Martin apart isn't just what he's built. It's the way that he thinks, the way that he sees straight through the noise. Martin is the guy founders and builders turn to when the world says no, because it's built to life on saying, why not? So Martin, here's how it works, brother. Love to have you on my show. True story. Yep. Love to have you here. Bring your friends, bring your family, so I can give you the creator spotlight to shine on somebody in your world for the next community corner, the next creator spotlight on the next Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John right here on the Mornings in the Lab network, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Okay, well, Friday's done of the loop. Let's look back down to the comments here. All right, so let's see here. There is B Drive. Coming back to B Drive. Yeah, there's cracks all over my backyard here. There we go. If you guys smartphones into third world countries, you mean the first world is the third world. Community work off to dip some ice cream at Montesopo Blueberry Festival. Roseanne Roof to continue raising money for community library and historical society. Thanks for sharing that, Roseanne. I appreciate that. B Drive is going to build a workforce, aka millions and millions of foragers. Yes, and they must manage themselves. You just are a steward offering shelter. Love you guys. All right, Jim. What a fun week, you guys. What a fun week. Jimmy, what's going on Monday? Yeah, I'm going to put Jimmy on the spot. What's going on Monday, Jimmy? Here in the lab. Nothing yet? Yeah, it's true. We're planning the big show on Monday. We're planning next week's shows. I know, Jimmy. I'm just teasing you, man. Actually, I do have a title. Let me pull it up for the nation. Let me pull it up. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out, I've dropped a fun short this morning. It was about Johnny doing yoga. Yeah, true story. I invite you guys to check that one out. Okay, I'm gonna check a little. We got Bad Batten. Is that the name, Jimmy? Oh, Bad Eaton or Brad? Bad. Maybe it's Brad. I'm thinking it's Brad, Jimmy. I think maybe the name was spelled wrong. Brad Eaton or Bad Eaton joining us on Monday. And let's see. The big conversation we're going to talk about on Monday is going to be, why I stopped saying I love you to my wife. Yeah, true story. We're going to talk about that. You ever stop saying I love you to your wife or your partner or who your significant other might be? We're going to talk about that show on Monday. Bernard, I see you love to talk this weekend, brother. I think you could help with something and also benefit from the happening too. Yeah, 100%, brother. Send me a text. We'll get after it. Absolutely. Okay, what am I up to this weekend? Well, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing today. Building next week's shows, building the creative for next week's shows, and working on the Mornings in the Lab community. So I will see you guys in the community. So when the show ends, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing. When the show ends, I'm going to go for a 15-minute walk. True story. Yep. And then I'm going to go for my back lift. I'm going to crush my back. 30, 45 minutes. I'll be in the lab at around 11:30 Eastern time. That's it. All right. So, find my buttons here. On behalf of Jimmy, Johnny, my burping, and everybody, and Andrew Barber that joined us this morning, and all you guys out there in the Mornings in the Lab community, I appreciate all you guys. Oh, Global, I love that. I will do what I promised myself. Global, come see me in the Mornings in the Lab community. I hope to see you in there this weekend. Global, I love the value you provide. You're always dropping nuggets, something to think about, challenging conversation, not just agreeing with everything. So Global, your words are valued. Your time is valued. I'm grateful for you hanging out and joining us every single day. Same with you, Lady Drew. Same with you, Double A. Some with you, BB Drive. Same with you, Dusty Struggles. Roseanne Roof, appreciate you. On behalf of the whole crew, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys on Monday right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Boom, boom. Have a good one, guys.